finish off really, really well.
Absolutely. I mean, Nigma Galaxy right now, Lace looking very, very good. I think Coop's coming in. I've said it multiple times yesterday. I think people probably were quite bored of me saying it, but I really do like Coop being in the roster. He looks very, very good. I think the major difference right now, though, is Ralph is still playing this passive game, but he isn't dying as much as he used to. He is playing that off angle really, really well, Lace.
And you don't want to die in PUBG.
No, you don't. Bad.
Well, this is in Rondo. If it's in Rondo, you know what? You just go for it. You do get one revive.
Go again.
I mean, look, I have to be so passionate about Tiamba, though, being able to keep that sort of skyrocketing performance throughout every single match. We got to see Milu doing the Milu style. No 1v4s just yet, but so goddamn close, and I feel like it's going to be just another great day for them. It was a great day coming out of like the survival stages, now to grand finals, and I do believe that they're going to keep that momentum going forward.
Hey, you were talking about Tiamba, you were talking about Milu. Now we get a chance to see one of those highlights from yesterday from that squad. Ulf did end up getting the last chicken dinner yesterday, and it was the first time that we see Ulf having all the 4 players alive. They end up with 10 eliminations in that match.
Absolutely. It's so nice to see finally a full squad from Ulf in those final moments. And you can tell that they know very much how to play this game, right? It's just when they lose those players, that's when they start to fumble. That's when they start to fall down. But you keep them a full squad, they can play this very well. Their timing is really good. Their angles are really good. The splits that they do, Blank, are very, very good indeed. So I'm very excited to see if they can keep those 4 players still alive at the end of a game, what they might be able to do.
We'll see if that's going to be the case, actually, because we do have Aurora, we do have Vitality as well. Those are 2 teams that are currently in contention for the club championship. So why not? Let's send it over to Senorita Glitter to see what she's got to say.
We are deep in the trenches of championship weekend here at EWC 2026. So as always, it's time for a club championship update because we have multiple grand finals matches this weekend. It's time to dive into all of it. First of all, kicking things off at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet, we have our grand finals set today for Rainbow Six Siege. That will, of course, be between Furia and FaZe, with a 3rd, 4th decider match also happening between DZ and GK. Now, this is big for GK because it does mean that they got their 2nd top 8 finish, which makes them CC eligible. Then over on the chess side of things, we also have a grand finals match happening. And this one is a big one, okay? Because we thought we were going to maybe see a bit of a repeat of what we got last year. However, after an insane day of matches, both of our Falcons players are now in the 3rd, 4th decider match. It does, of course, mean that Falcons are guaranteed 3rd place level points when it comes to the club championship side of things. But the big surprise is GM Dennis from AGAL being the 2nd person to secure the spot in grand finals against Magnus. This is massive, not only for GM Dennis, but of course for AGAL, as they are currently at the top of our CC leaderboard. They can get even more points. They will be setting themselves up well for the final week of our competition. Then over on the STC Arena, we have our top 8 set, and they will be playing through their quarterfinals matches today. There's a couple teams we're going to be paying attention to when it comes to the CC side of things, and those teams are, of course, Falcons and Vitality, 2 massive heavy hitters on the CC side of things. Falcons have a big opportunity to potentially usurp AGAL here, but Vitality are looking to continue to climb the ranks, and they definitely have a chance to do that. So we'll have to see how that competition continues to play out, because Vitality are also going to tie into us over here on our stage for PUBG Mobile. They have been a favorite the entire competition, and now they have an opportunity to continue putting themselves in a good spot heading into day 2 of our finals matches. Of course, like I said, there's going to be a lot of action happening here today, so we'll make sure to keep you all updated with how it all ends up playing out.
Thank you so much, Senorita Glitter, for that update with the club championship. But now we're going to talk about what's going to be happening today, because today we will be finding out which team is going to be going into tomorrow's first place and willing to set that threshold for the Smash Rule. In first place, though, after 4 matches, we do have E-Arena with 48 points. And luckily for us, for all the viewers, it's still close. Tiamba performing well, but they haven't been able to get a chicken dinner just yet.
Not just yet. Still impressive stuff, though, coming on through from them to be able to maintain that 2nd place even without a win. But it's still, we still need to see that win, right? A win has got to be where they want to That's the goal for today. I feel like you've got 8 games to do it. They need that win because these other teams, I have a sneaking suspicion here, we are going to see a massive upstart.
Kickstart.
That's the one.
Yeah.
For a lot of these teams, this leaderboard is going to be completely overturned. I think we're going to see some very different names in that top 5 at the end of today. So, yeah, I think E-Arena, Tiamba, and Enigma Galaxy, all 3 of those teams, Aurora as well, really need to figure out how they want to play today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Tiamba actually need to win. 2024 PMGC was won off the back of pretty much eliminations alone.
Fair.
I think Tiamba can just keep up with this. I mean, 37 elims is very, very impressive. I think Aiking's doing very well on that side. You are right in the sense that I really do think it's going to be massively shaken up. I don't think E-Arena is going to stay there whatsoever. I think the only team that I actually have hope for right now is, funnily enough, Enigma Galaxy.
Yes.
And I'm not the biggest Enigma Galaxy fan at the best of times, all right? Okay, I think they have made some silly plays in the past, but they actually do look really good. I love how Enigma Galaxy looks right now.
Yeah, and I'm obviously having a look at Nongshim Red Force here because look at those eliminations compared to placement points. The fact that they are able to secure so many points of them in the elimination average bracket and not the placement, it is going to be their time to just try and hit those top 10s, those top 5s even, and they will move themselves up into that top 7 because the elims are there. It's just the placement. They're falling a little bit short on their rotations and taking a little bit long to grab the eliminations where they're bursting, but I believe that today they're going to be able to come in, grab those placement points, and skyrocket up to those top 7.
And the crazy thing, too, is that we saw some big names on that second page as well. We saw S2G, we saw Aurora Esports, which I know the fans are wanting them to be able to improve. And now we're looking at one team that is going to be looking to improve in a big, big way when we're talking about OG, when we're talking about Godlike as well. But we're going to talk about the Sony story of the day, which is pretty much attacking the first place, attacking that throne at the top for these teams because of what I was talking about in regards to the format. If you end up at the end of the day in first place, you will be able to set up that Smash Rules threshold. So let's say a team ends up with 150 points at the end of the day. Tomorrow it will be plus 10 of that where they will be able to actually hit the threshold, the Smash Zone. And then after that, if they get a win, they win via Smash Zone.
That's correct.
Yes.
Carry on.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, well.
For you.
Well then. No, I think the Smash Roll has been so fun in the last few tournaments we've had it. I've always really enjoyed it, and I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on all these teams. I think we've had a lot of pressure so far. This lobby is incredible. It's very, very different to what we've been seeing so far in the tournament, and they've flipped the switch, and they've just gone 110%. Very excited to see what that's going to be coming through for them. Honestly, the Smash Rule is going to be a big thing. You got these top 5 players here. Milu being that MVP here, 7. Big GG.
Yeah. Big GG for him, being able to put up those 14 eliminations, 2,800 damage. But we're also looking at some of the other names in this list, Blank. We have Top as well, Mormon, QZZ.
I mean, Mormon has been acting as more men for that team. He is bringing the firepower in a big way. 11 eliminations, genuinely for E-Arena. I think he was kind of carrying the squad yesterday a lot. Scarface still being on that top 5. He's a really big deal, though. Aaron, Kedge, big MVP players. Scarface in the past really pulled it up in terms of that long-range scouting, but he's taking it close range now as well. It's very, very cool here, Lace. I'm really, really enjoying it. Obviously, we saw Milu right at the top, but it's QZZ as well that I really want to see step up for Tiamba.
I mean, I'm excited for Top. I mean, Top is bringing Aurora into the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like it's a single person. Yeah, it's a single person that fights on these teams, but from the performance yesterday, he's definitely making a name for Aurora and bringing Aurora into the
Go
conversation.
away, Doc. No,
Doc, don't go away.
Oh, actually, play with the team. Play with the team, Doc. Play with the team, Doc. Don't go away. Don't run off into the distance versus Enigma Galaxy. That was bad. That was very, very bad.
Very, very bad. No good. Stay with the team, and maybe we'll end up seeing a good performance out of Doc. We know that he's capable of MVP performances, multiple MVP performances. But 2 teams that we're going to be taking a close look at is none other than Vitality and Forthrise, because we know Forthrise wants to be in that first phase, especially towards the top place.
Right, and we talk about the Smash Rule. You have a look at these teams, about a 25 point for some of these. It's not that far. Teams like Vitality and Forthrives can be that team that literally overtakes the leaderboard in one game. We have seen it before, even coming out of the group stages. Team Vitality, 10.5 average eliminations. And then for Thrives, 6.25. So they have the capability to be able to skyrocket incredibly fast and make their own smash rule up. They're showing consistency, obviously, through each game. The difference, though, in eliminations from group stages to now, obviously, is quite a gap in talking about over the 4 games. But, you know, Team Vitality are taking fights. They're making decisions that benefit them for late game, but they're just falling short. But for Thrives, if we bring them into the conversation, they are getting these eliminations, but they're not really making it to that end zone. So these 2 championship teams, and obviously we got some PMCW championships in here, so of course they have the mental capacity, they have the skill to be able to bring them back into the conversation and be absolutely dominant over the course of the matches today. I'm excited.
Yeah, correct. I mean,
I'm stepping forward too.
I can see that. Not on camera. You're just going in there.
I've got the passion.
But yeah, that's Tiamba. What Tiamba exactly did to the poor guys on Vitality over on Rondo. They just got in there. And I think for Vitality throughout the day, if we look back on it a lot, most of the positions they took on the map were actually quite good, quite formidable, and they played it out decently well. They are just getting pushed by teams a lot. People are very aggressive in this lobby. They had center side towards Jaltin, I believe it was, over on Rondo, and we had Tiamba come from outside circle and just send it to them. I think Vitality was very confused. I would be very confused by a play like that, and I think if Vitality didn't go down that early in that game, it would be very different position in the rankings. But yeah, the elims are going to slow down right now. We are no longer playing into those feeder teams. These are all the best of the best.
And the elims are going to keep on coming down for some of the teams. One team that ended up surprising me in a really good way, Nunchim Red Force. Completely different from what we've seen out of the groups, completely different from what we saw in Survival too. Because, yeah, they've been able to just frag out of their mind, but those placement points are not there yet for that squad.
No, they're not. This is only a glimpse of what we know this team is capable of. For me, yeah, Tizzy was 2.25. I mean, that's crazy, right? We're getting really, really good average elims from all of these players. Still, I want to see them just continue that trajectory, continue to go forward, because for me, when you're thinking about, we've got 8 games today, Blank. That is a lot more than we're used to. Yeah. It's 4 Miramars as well, right? But it does mean that for a lot of these teams, the pressure is going to get to them, I think, and also you're talking about that mental stamina as well when you have 2 extra games like that. For me, Nongshim, I think, are one of the only teams in this lobby that actually have that mental fortitude to play those extra games as well as they would in any normal day.
One of the only teams. Hot damn, we're getting some shots out here on day 2. I think there's other teams that might be able to bounce back. I think there's going to be a lot of teams that might be able to surprise us too because of that format, because we are going to be having 8 matches. One team that I'm going to be looking forward to surprising us is none other than Godlike. We have seen the potential that this team is capable of, and we're going to be showing it to you right now. Day 2 of groups, insane when it comes to eliminations. Yesterday, a big difference, and this is why I think from what they have shown us before, even though it's finals here, I think they'll be able to bounce back.
I think so too. I mean, the major thing that bounces out to me there, though, is the average survival time. Survival time looks fairly good at the moment. 20 minutes to 22. It's not a huge drop off there, but again, I'm going to tie this back into Nongshim Red Force very, very quickly, just because for Nongshim Red Force, I feel like what we saw yesterday, Lay, especially them and Flash, is that they were going a lot more aggressive. They're trying to experiment with stuff, which is important in these types of end games. When you get to finals, you can't let that pressure get to you. Day 1 is about experimentation.
Yeah, I mean, Nongshim getting the eliminations. They've got 20, 1 placement point. Godlike, on the other hand, getting the placement, finding those positions in center zone, but unfortunately not having the split hold to have the wave of enemies that are coming around from the rotation into the circle. So obviously, we know Godlike can get these eliminations. They can take them on, do these third parties well, but also future-proof their rotation into the map. So today is their day. I agree.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Especially with 8 matches, too. If the first match doesn't go your way, I mean, we do have the 2 Miramars. The good thing about this, right, is that we do have that Rondo in the 3rd match, which I feel like is going to remind me of what Sandhawk used to be. If for some reason those first 2 matches don't end up going your way, that Rondo might be that Kickstarter for some of their squads.
That's exactly what we've been discussing, right? I think a lot of people have had that discussion of where should Rondo be placed in a round in a day, right? And I think this is going to be a really interesting test to actually see, you know, if Rondo is really, really good in the middle of those of that rotation, of that map rotation, for me, I'm thinking, heck yeah, this is going to be exactly what some of these teams will need. You get that extra recall, you get that extra life, you get all those eliminations. That's the momentum that we start to see some teams try to build. For Thrives, for instance, was trying to build that momentum yesterday, you know, third-partying the hot drop. So for them, if they have a not so good Miramar session in the first half of today, that Rondo should be excellent for them.
I'm loving the energy that we're getting from the fans right now, whether it's Four Thrives fans. We got Hora right here. This man just popping off too. Four Thrives having some of the best loyal gamers, that BLG squad that they have there supporting them. We'll see what they're going to be capable of. But talking about how you said earlier, you think, which team was it that you thought was one of the only ones that could actually, non-shim,
Yeah,
right? The only team.
One of the
only teams. Which are the other few?
Take our words and twist it.
I know, right?
Tell us which other ones.
Okay, I think it's probably
हमारी मेरी आवाज सही
Agreed.
Aurora would do that, Vitality
अब
would do that.
मेरी आवाज सही आ रही होगी अबे यार फिर से चैट गायब हो गई
All the time, dude. I think that's totally fair to say. I think group stage Aurora is unreal.
बार-बार रिफ्रेश करनी पड़ रही है चैट गंदा वो चल रहा है यार मेरा इंटरनेट यार
Aurora is just a different beast, man. Okay? I think if you could back them into a corner, then it could be really good. I do think Aurora's played slightly better.
आज अच्छे मैचेस निकलने वाले हैं टीम्स के मेरे को आ रही फीलिंग आज सबकी बोलती बंद हो जाएगी कोई कुछ नहीं बोल पाएगा
So yeah.
You start talking about Aurora, I get past the side for Aurora as well. We gotta be careful with what we say here. Fans are so close by too. Luckily, everybody has been amazing here. Whether it's a Four Thrives fan, Horror fans, Aurora fans, and for all the fans currently here.
नारुतो मोड कुछ करके भी इसके अंदर वो हुआ ना
Experience here at EWC 26. Whether it's the awesome collaboration that we got a chance to see a show match for with PUBG Mobile and Naruto, or you can go check out the Brain Rot Royale, which I've been playing. I think I'm at level 7 or 8.
भाई आप लोगों ने अनाउंसमेंट नहीं देखी क्या गाइस एक बार अनाउंसमेंट चेक कर लो ना डिस्कॉर्ड में तुम लोगों को पता चल जाएगा क्या है रीजन क्या है
For disclosure purposes, I've only gotten one shirt.
One shirt.
क्या यार
Have you gotten any
गाइस
shirts, Maya?
Oh, I don't have a wardrobe or anything like that from this event. That's not happened.
Oh.
I've got
It's
nothing.
so cool though. It's so cool though. Lacey, you finally get
Single
one.
item.
No.
They're gonna play. They're gonna play that security.
I got triple T's. Tongue. Sorry.
They're gonna play the
अभी काफी टाइम से ये चल रहा था ना परचेस इशू अभी वो परचेस इशू फिक्स हुआ जिसके कारण से सारी चीजें वो थोड़ी सी एक्सटेंड करी गई इसलिए शिफ्ट हुआ मतलब आप देख सकते हो यार अनाउंसमेंट में
Especially in Miramar, is there one team that you're looking to kickstart off the day with Miramar?
Four Thrives. For me, Four Thrives has to do it now. Yes, they will have that second chance in the Rondo, but for me, they're tied in 7th and 8th place. They just one good game. They need this. They feed off momentum so much that if they want to survive all 8 matches and still be on top, they have to start now.
I think it's a weird day for Four Thrives, honestly, because they don't start on Rondo. They say all the time in the past that Rondo is their best map. Usually they start off on Rondo really strong and then they can transfer that momentum. Starting on Miramar, I don't think that it's the craziest map. I still think they can play it. For me, it's probably S2G. S2G has had a tendency in the past
इंडियन टीम्स का
to
क्या हुआ
hold Miramars.
अभी फिलहाल के लिए बॉटम 3 में है बट उनको अच्छे ये मिले हैं अभी तक जैसे गॉडलाइक को 10 फिनिशर मिल चुके हैं ओजे को भी बस थोड़ी सी उनकी फाइट्स में दिक्कतें आई एक जगह गॉडलाइक ने थोड़ा सा वहां पे चोक भी कर दिया था बट आज उम्मीद है कल सिर्फ 4 मैचेस हुए 6 होने थे अगर और 2 मैचेस होते तो निकाल लेते वो लोग तो आज वो लोग देखो डेफिनेटली निकालेंगे
you would end up noticing that they would only end up having one placement point. And for me, that is the biggest red flag out of these teams when you're not able to just convert only on elims and the placement points start fading away. I know you said that, yes, a team doesn't really need a chicken dinner to be able to win PMWC, but in my eyes, they do need to be consistent at least towards the top
34 फिनिश 37 फिनिश टियान बाकी कितने एलिमिनेशन निकल रहे हैं वाइटैलिटी जो इतना खतरनाक खेल रही थी मतलब बहुत ज्यादा खतरनाक खेल रही थी और अभी बहुत पैसिव सी खेल रही है मेरे को ऐसा क्यों फीलिंग आ रही है पता नहीं समझ में नहीं आ रहा फोर थ्राइव्स भी अच्छा खेल के ऊपर आ गई 25 पे है
like Nepturo with 4 Thrives has to be when they decided to coexist with Hora Esports for a little bit too long. I feel like that ended up hurting them in a big way in that match. It would have been one of those things where we usually tend to see them being a little bit more aggressive.
दूसरी आईडी से क्यों?
Back off, but that wasn't the case.
Well, yeah, if you put into their like elimination average, which is 5.25.
हाँ bro, वो उसी reason की वजह से.
6.25. They're actually upholding their elimination value.
Monday.
Placement.
Sunday हो या Monday, रोज खाओ अंडे.
And they have actually not made it really into that top 10 sort of scenario very much. So if they can just obviously push themselves,
इस पे हम 5 बंदे
give up the fight a little earlier, guys, and get yourself into that rotation, their eliminations will match.
सही है.
Do a lot better today.
And as we're seeing there in 16th place,
ये भी सही है.
Esports with just 2 points. Those 2 points coming from elimination.
भाई कब start होंगे matches?
We're talking about give up the fight, talking about wanting to fight. This is a team that needs to figure out what they actually want to do, because we saw them hot drop with Enigma Galaxy 3 times yesterday, and after the first one, Raouf called him out, which, by the way, Raouf, keep on talking that smack, baby, because when you talk that smack is when we actually start seeing your true potential. You get that little chip on your shoulder. But yeah, for Enigma Galaxy, for Ida especially, they need to just get rid of those hot drops.
Absolutely, dude. You're throwing. I mean,
पूरी
there's no
वो थी गर्मी. बारिश का मौसम हो रहा था अचानक से धूप आ गई बाहर.
On Rondo or Arangol, we just go to Miramar.
ऐसे.
So hopefully no hot drops there. If there is hot drops,
There are.
May need to have like a stern fatherly conversation with Ida at some point.
There could be a couple here going into Miramar, unless some teams decided to adjust. But you're not talking. You guys saw us talk yesterday. You guys saw us talk right now.
हम देखे थे. अभी भी तुम लोग बात ही कर रहे हो. अब इस गेम के अंदर स्टार्ट करो जल्दी फटाक से. Oh, let's go first match Miramar. मेरा तो पंखा ऑपोजिट में हवा कर रहा है. उल्टा क्यों घूम रहा है तेरा पंखा? Let's go, the countdown begins. Day 2 finals, PUBG Mobile World Cup Paris. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. वैसे काउंटडाउन रखनी चाहिए थी यार. ये क्या था? ये तो थोड़ा फीका से नहीं हो गया?
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue at EWC here in Paris. This is the second day of PMWC here in Paris. I'm so excited, buddy. What's happening here?
Our attention now shifts to the teams that have to perform well today, because just
कल की तैयारी कर ली इसने. Last second day.
The smash score going into Championship Sunday.
Yeah, buddy, and it's crucial to not fall behind and to stay on the top of these rankings, because everything played today as well.
That's right. We've got young contenders, historic rivalries, and legends of the game ready to go toe-to-toe on the Qiddiya City grid.
The better player on Worlds meet again for insane games. But which team will seize the opportunity?
ये क्या? ये कौन सा
One step closer
ये कौन सा
to
लॉजिक है भाई तेरे पंखे का?
inching towards the trophy,
Oh,
the status,
कितना? $5 million?
and the legacy.
तीन
And
था
so,
ना?
it is time to kick off day 2 of the PMWC Finals at the EWC 2026.
Oh, we are so
इन लोग को तो सबको वो बना दिया ना भाई. नारुतो के उसमें वो जगह मिल गई क्योंकि इंडिया के वो टीम्स इतनी नीचे उनको नहीं मिली.
To jump into this map, we are going to be treated to that now, and it could not be more important for all of our teams here. They are going to need those points every single time they can get them. They've got 8 chances today.
That's what it's all about here, to be on top of
Yeah!
the boards going into the final day of this tournament tomorrow. That smash point threshold will be set at the end of the day. Normally we start the day off hot in Rondo, but we're going to be starting it off hot in the sandy Miramar Desert. So let's get it going, John. I'm excited for this one.
Oh, absolutely. It is so important for all of these teams to keep their nerve, because today is a bit of a marathon, right? With these, with the unexpected 8 games, you have to have the stamina. You have to.
अच्छा question है. अच्छा question है.
So
Good question. Good question. I like it. I like it.
It's easy to disregard. Maybe you think, oh, it's only 2 extra games in the day, but that's another maybe up to 2 hours that you need to keep your mental focus locked in, dialed down, and under control, because every single point matters. Every single match can make the difference. Our players know it more than most.
That is right here, folks. $1.7 million on the line here.
1.7
in the finals, all by itself. $3 million prize pool total.
3 million.
First place team going to be taking home $500,000.
अच्छा first और ये बाप रे 1.7 to 1.5 million लेके जाएगी टीम नंबर 1 भाई 1.5 million dollar
coaches are going to be kind of hyping them up. I was getting a little bit of a view backstage as well.
करना पड़ेगा भाई प्रांजलि इस कम बैक तो
I want consistency. I
करना
want
पड़ेगा
guys be able to play the game that got you here in the first place, and that's what we definitely need to see.
What I'm kind of interested in as well is normally you've played the Miramars the previous day, you have all evening, all night to recollect your thoughts about how your Miramar performances went, to be able to re-engage those strategies, anything you notice, anything you want to change, you can really
जिस तरीके से अनाउंसमेंट चल रही है लग तो वही रहा है सबको
They're going to have to
मैं
do
भी पढ़
that
रहा था
on the
पता नहीं
fly. They're going to have to do that faster.
पहले मेरे को लगा कैरिमिनाटी वाले अनाउंसमेंट होगा बट फिर उन्होंने भी वो तो डाल ही दिया
And so that could be an interesting dynamic to let unfold here in terms of those
आइडिया मैंने दिया 30% मेरे को आइडिया का कब से पैसे होने लगे आइडिया का कोई पैसा ना है
As we're getting locked in, our players boarding the plane for the first time. Looking ready. Hopefully Ida don't get too hot with their drops. We know what they like to do, but it's not, as the desk was highlighting there, it is not Erangel. It's not Picardo. Sorry, it's not. It may be Picardo. I hope it's not.
बोलता है it's not Erangel, it's not Picardo. रोंडो को Picardo बोल दिया.
Some points on board.
They need to desperately. Let's get this one started here, folks. You can see the players are
आज के 50% matches are Miramar.
You guys at home are excited to see some serious PUBG mobile action. Let's get into it. Plane path going right.
अरे वो मैप वाली स्ट्रीम कौन सी थी इनकी एक अलग से सिर्फ मैप वाली स्ट्रीम भी होती है ना वो भी सेटअप कर देते हैं ना
plane paths to start us off here. But I like what you mentioned. You know, we have to look at it for what it is, right? We're playing 2 Miramars today, and then we're going to be finishing with Miramar today. So it's going to be really interesting to see like how these teams are going to go into these 2 matches, and it's going to give these coaches a lot of time, right, in between all the other matches to prepare for those final 2. So I'm interested to see how these squads start here and end here.
Yeah, मिल गया.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be interesting to compare the differences. We haven't seen them yet. I'm talking
मिल गया.
but compare the differences to the adjustments that we're going to see potentially on Erangel, and then look at what adjustments we may see from the start Miramars to the end Miramars today. But that's a conversation for later on because we do have to get stuck into the action. Hopefully not super quickly, but stranger things have happened. At the moment, I'm not seeing too much danger on these drops. It looks like teams are fairly extricated from one another. It's a little bit interspersed on the east side here, though. Hot Jukes with Tianba and S2G. However, I don't imagine that's going to be too much of a problem. Grab some vehicles, get back, regroup. The circle up to the north side should help pull that apart as well. Maybe some danger between Godlike and Orangutan, but yeah, they're far enough afield. I don't think that they're going to get too aggy with it.
Yeah, you can see Enigma Galaxy, they're going to be heading on over to El Pozo. That is normally Alpha 7's drop, but they are not here in the finals, so they should be able to get looted up pretty quick here. They're going to start off by, of course, securing those vehicles. Super important inside of Miramar.
ऐसे देख सकते हैं अभी हम. Yeah, let's go.
You can see him looking up, being like, Trike, come on, man. Where is my UAS? Where's my Murado? He's going to need to find something else here. Or stuck to doing some little baby looting here. They're going to be fighting some buildings.
They should be all right.
Yeah, they should be plenty. They'll have plenty of time here to get looted up.
Yeah, they're fairly center on this one. They could potentially break out towards some of the areas in
ये तो अपना normal है अपना IGC का वही तो दिक्कत है.
Alula as well, likely to head towards La Cobraria. Maybe try and hold some of the hills, leave an outpost down south. Aurora gets some target practice in. Yep, that bush is gone. That's no points for that though. Unfortunately, shrubbery does not count towards your elimination total.
Hey, you always gotta check the bush, all right? You never know. You never know. There could be a random player hiding in that one. And you're gonna see QZZ get his Murado, so he's gonna be driving fast down the lane. But yeah, you gotta get the fingers warmed up here.
Ooh, I'm seeing a duo from Aura kind of chasing Quick from Alula up north. It seems like they wanted to try and get engaged with that fight.
I can do this.
I don't think they've been able to hunt it down quick, just a little bit too.
Big shot.
Hang on a minute.
ओए लग गए पीछे. उला के पीछे लग चुके हैं. अब बंदा अकेला है यहाँ पर, पूरी की पूरी हो रहा है उसके ऊपर रश मारती है. बंदा वहाँ पर रुकेगा जरूर, बट अब यहाँ पर दिक्कत है. 1v2 है शायद, मोस्ट लाइकली. यस, दिस इज 1v2. दो बाकी के प्लेयर्स भी यहाँ पर आ ही रहे रास्ते में, और इसके लिए बैकअप मुझे नहीं लगता आ पाएगा. तो थोड़ी सी उसको जरूर यहाँ पर दिक्कतें होती हुई नजर आएंगी. यहाँ पर एक अच्छा खासा मॉली भी उसने कर दिया था, बट अब बंदे उस पे घुस रहे हैं. ओह, ऊपर देखते हुए चढ़ना था ना भाई.
Enough to get a knock. And you can see Sleepy, he ended up going to that other side there because he doesn't have a vest at all. He wanted to be able to at least get something. But because of this fight, now you got the rest of Aula being able to hunt them down. You can also see some of the other members of Aura.
भाई आगे सारे.
These three men.
सारे भाई आगे इसके. क्या बदला लेंगे हम?
No, unfortunately, Reb doesn't get it. It is a 3v3 from this close end.
हमारे भाई का बदला हम लेंगे करके आ गई है उला उला करते हुए. Ulala, ulala.
I mean, when you have that south side hill under lock and key for no fear, if he's going to get engaged here into the fight, maybe not, maybe more preoccupied with some loot. They say, you know what?
Why is my phone off?
We got this under control. They're not.
Hi guys, phone off.
They're being timid. They have lost
Chat
the
पढ़
players
रहा
so
था
early.
जिससे.
It's not what you want to see. A very
दूसरे वाले फोन में लगा के देखता हूँ chat.
coming through from Aura in that scenario. Did not want to let Quick get away.
कॉल करने ही लगा था. अरे गुनराग, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम. की हाल पाजी? किथे?
The question now for me is, as I always
आ रहे हो क्या डिस्कॉर्ड? करे क्या BGMI की कास्टिंग? बताओ. होगा क्या EWC में? को-कास्टर बनेगा क्या?
The fact that they are taking way too long, they are getting
Ayyo.
and now here comes Aura on the push. Sky running in with the MP, with the UMP.
Oh!
Those finishes, and they are on the run.
And यहाँ पर यही जरूरत है, वो सामने की तरफ जरूर आएगा, बट यहाँ पर जरूर FPP के अंदर उसको फिनिश किया जाएगा. हो रहा है जस्ट एक बंदा नॉक, एंड बहुत ही बढ़िया 1v1. बढ़िया सर, दी का बर्थडे आज. हमेशा बहाने रहते हैं आपके पास, कोई बात नहीं. इट्स ओके, कर लेंगे हम अकेले मैनेज. और गुनराग पाजी, आप कब खेल रहे हो? 1.7 मिलियन डॉलर जीतेगी जो टीम फर्स्ट आने वाली है. $3 मिलियन का प्राइस पूल है. गॉडलाइक नंबर 14 पे है और OG नंबर 15 पे है. 2 इंडियन टीम्स हैं. फाइनल्स चल रहा है.
Waiting to see when Godlike's going to wake up.
करता रात को. रात क्या रात?
14th place with 13 points. Let's see if they can do it. There's still plenty of matches here.
लगता है गर्लफ्रेंड बन गई.
I have a big feeling these leaderboards are going to get shaken up big time by the end of the day.
I mean, we talked about it yesterday a little bit. The 18 match sets.
आई तू मैं टीम बनाते हैं. आज चलो.
Into your averages performance.
डायरेक्ट सीधा फाइनल में एंट्री, वाइल्ड कार्ड स्लॉट.
Which even then didn't serve them too well in a 12-match set, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, absolutely.
ओह, गाड़ी फटने वाली वहां पे देख रहा है ये भाई. एक गोली मारते गाड़ी को फोड़ दे, तेरी मिल जाएंगी किल सारी की सारी. बाकी की टीम में जा रही है, प्लेयर एक भी नहीं दिख रहा है यहाँ पर उनको सारी गाड़ियां जरूर दिखती है. और एक्चुअली यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है वो देखो, वो गाड़ी उलटती हुई जा रही. सिनेमैटिक ड्रोन शॉट में हमको दिख रही है. ओह, शॉटगन का इस्तेमाल भाई फूरा ने कर दिया. निगमा गैलेक्सी के बंदे को नॉक. फ्यूरिया का साइलेंस, कल भी वो लोग पूरा मतलब साइलेंस करने की कोशिश करी थी उन्होंने प्लेयर्स को, बट कर नहीं पाए थे. बट आज देखते हैं भाई ये कौन सी गाड़ी है, ये कौन सी हॉट व्हील है भाई जो चुंबक की तरह चढ़ जा रही ऊपर. वो तो वो वाली चढ़ती थी ना, मेटल मैग्नेटिक वाली. ये कौन सी गाड़ी है? ये बगी चढ़ती थी ना सिर्फ. ये लास्ट में कौन सी टीम है? ये लास्ट में वन ऑफ द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट टीम्स थी जो गॉडलाइक के ग्रुप में क्वालिफाई करके आई थी. अभी ये लोग कॉन्स्टेंटली यहाँ पर पोचिंकी में ड्रॉप फाइट कर करके मर रहे थे लगातार 3 मैच. भाई 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 नॉक फिनिश. बोल रहे तेरी भैंस
He
की।
baited out so many of the shotgun shells, forced the weapon swap.
एक और फ्यूरिया का नॉक हो चुका है नीचे।
Against the shotgun there, and was able to do a lot of work. This is vengeance coming through for Coops, and Furia left flagging. Unfortunately,
लेफ्ट साइड में एक और यहाँ पर टीम आ चुकी है। कौन सी टीम हो सकती है जो यहाँ पर इनके पास आई है?
to go for the res. There is another fight happening on your elimination feeds as well as Fourth Drives clash with Team Flash on the south side. Fourth Drives doing well. A nade over the top, and Coops goes for 3 now against Furia, who took one of their players down, but they are finding out what it feels like to be under the wrap of Coops. Turning his attention out now to the open sand dunes, but on the first part of the spray down. Looks for more.
प्रे करने की पूरी कोशिश। अभी और कितने मैचेस होंगे? ये पहला मैच है, इसके बाद 7 मैच और हैं, और उसके बाद अगले दिन 4 मैच, 6 मैच और हैं।
Furia needed to keep that one together. That was not looking tidy. Flash in the meantime have now been dragged down to 1 on the south side as Fourth Thrives are going to be the main benefactors of that, getting 3 elims. I think, yeah, they're the team that has taken down all 3 players so far from Flash. Aurora a little bit further afield in those Picardo hills to the north side of it. They are not going to contest it just yet. So for Fourth Thrives, they know how to
इंटेंस होने वाला मालूम तो मैं भी देखूंगा। हाँ भाई, इंटेंस तो बहुत होने वाला है। पता डिस्कॉर्ड में आऊँ क्या?
Definitely get these teams moving here pretty quickly. And yeah, Fourth Drive.
वैसे भी ultra low latency stream है।
They're right on the south side of San Martin. They're going to be just kind of making sure they get their vehicles going, choosing for the buggy. All right, they're all set up, and now going to find a spot in this next zone. As far as teams that are not here yet, you're going to be looking at Nongshim Red Force.
MCVC में join करता हूँ मैं।
Los Leones. They're still in the blue zone here, so they're going to be one of the teams pushing the latest into this circle. They are in 12th place right now with 21 points. But with this zone shift like this, it definitely buys you a lot of time here. So the most important thing is just rotating very carefully, not trying to get shot out of your vehicle. Play things very, very calculated. You can see Tianba already set up in these buildings near water treatment. And this is where they're going to park themselves for as long as possible.
Oh yeah, you're just going to hold out for the time being.
Hill.
See if you can hold down on these houses.
Discord पागल होगा भाई.
Oh,
Crazy's found himself a big green gun.
That's my favorite. The AWM. I want to see some snipes, man. Nothing gets me more excited than see a crazy flick headshot to turn the game around. Let's see what Crazy can do. He's got the 8x too.
Restart मारूँ क्या Discord को?
Oops, pow! Gets the knock on to silence. Wins the clutch 1v1 here against Ayala. Look at the terrain usage for Coops here. Just beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I was highlighting before, right? That shotgun bait coming through from Coops, peeking up so quickly and back down, dodging the shells coming through, and again, forcing that weapon swap. He knows that he's going to have the advantage, or at least be on a level playing field if he can do that. The nade on target, yeah, great. Furia just didn't seem to understand how to compete against this high ground position. I'm not too sure what more they could have done there. Maybe just not engaged on that spot to begin with. But yeah, it's a little unfriendly. Next circle comes on through, and that will take us back down towards San Martin on that south side. Keeps the hills to the southwest of water treatment. Hacienda all in play. And teams are going to start to crunch in onto the middle. This roadside to the southwest of water treatment is going to be tricky to navigate, and it looks like Tianba are going to try and do so, try and keep themselves alive. S2G find out just how tough it can be to move past this location.
Yeah, smart play there from Tianba. They go ahead and move, and they take this gas station. They realize one of the players from S2G are isolated. Easy point lockdown. That's going to hurt S2G. Leaving them with 3. That's an elimination for Tianba and a slightly better position as well. So this gas station is pretty solid if the zone shifts away from them. The most important thing, though, is protecting those vehicles. It's very weak to that hill behind them. So they're going to have to put them in some different spots just in case the zone does shift.
I mean, it is that road that they are sat right next to that is so difficult to cross right now for teams out on the northeast side, which is why you're seeing so many teams committing down to this southwest edge, right? To being a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit too close for comfort, but don't have that major blockage of trying to get across that open ground, which is going to be difficult for Vitality, unless they can find a big opener, crack the can open with that AWN, land that shot, and try and find that pick. Ooh.
Oh, that's Aurora. A huge one.
Aurora getting spotted. I think Fourth Thrives are getting stuck into the fight. 4 thrives, 4 players alive.
चलो देखते क्या चल रहा है.
Their players flushed away, and now Haifa close up into the fight. The pump action for Reapers, trying to hold the door, but the SK12 has a couple more rounds.
ओ यो 4th राइज यहाँ पर पूरी की पूरी घुस चुकी है ऑरोरा के ऊपर. ऑरोरा से उनको पूरा ऑरोरा को बोल रहे हैं नहीं हो रहा क्या. फिर अगर यहाँ पर आ जाएगी होरा बोलेगी होरा होरा. भाई 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 क्या खेल रही है भाई पाकिस्तान की ये टीम. विजा भाई स्वतंत्रता दिवस स्वतंत्रता दिवस के अवसर पे रंग दे बसंती छोला बजा दो. अच्छा रंग दे बसंती बसंती रंग दे बसंती बसंती.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
काश
how you
मुझे
want to get things
गाना
off.
आता.
But remember, as we said
मैं
before, it is
गाता
a
ही
marathon
जाता.
today. You can't
NGX
allow
48
yourself to
भाई
get
48 पे आ गई
down.
NGX 4 फिनिशेस निकाल के और यहाँ पर ऑटोमेटिकली नंबर 1 पे आ गई क्योंकि उनके पास एक चिकन है.
Find those high octane, high adrenaline moments, but you cannot allow yourself to drop off after that. So I hope
क्या
that
लगता है
they're
अपनी
gonna
टीम
have their
कहाँ
heads
पर होगी?
screwed on tight so that they can keep their nerve for the rest of the day as well. And there is still
वोरी OG
this match to play, so they have to get a lot further.
गॉडल
And in
कितने
this position
वोरी
that
गॉडल
they're now,
वाटर ट्रीटमेंट के पास वहाँ पर गॉडल है और
I
नीचे की
feel
तरफ
like
अगर मैं यहाँ पर
they
देखें हासियांदा
protected
दिल
good
पात्रों के
time.
दिल
They're
के
gonna
ऊपर
have to
ओजी
shift
है
northwest away
एंड
from their
हासियांदा
current
के
location,
पास ही ये
past
सर्कल जाता हुआ
San
नजर आ रहा
Martin,
है.
which is going to contain, I would say two, I was going to say 2 teams, but it's
अच्छा यहाँ पर भी मैप फीड दिखा रहे क्या. अच्छा 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 अच्छा.
For Flash that was dealt with earlier by 4th Rise themselves.
Yeah, you can see Tops does get away from now. Now 4th Rise, man.
गॉडल ने 13 कर लिए.
When it comes to the finals, I'm
मतलब
already
थे
feeling a
उनके
different
13
level of
और ओजी
aggression
10 पे है.
These teams are pushing immediately. The second they feel weakness, they're sending it. Now
Oh! होरा ने गॉडल को नॉक किया.
Get an elimination in the feed. We're gonna keep an eye on this one though. This is still outside of the circle, just to that.
फाइट तो चल रही है.
Yeah.
सौम्य को नॉक किया है.
Yeah, this is on board with the fight in the northwest now as Horror are able to find Salme. They got that flush that they found the knock for earlier. And Godlike, they are now down to 3. S-Power.
भाई उड़ा ही दिया सौम्य को. शिट.
And they should be fine out there. Horror can look to try and navigate their way forwards. I don't expect another fight between these two teams, maybe for the next minute or so. Oh dear.
Oh no, not like this.
That's a real bozo play right there coming through.
Yes.
That's Max Man's grenade of the day.
He almost got away with it too. You know what I'm saying? But our observer's just too good, right? Had to show the replay real quick, just in case you missed this, right? That is where it's at. Yeah, so unfortunate for Aurora. And it just goes, and I'm telling you folks, at this level, I mean, we got $500,000 for first place, and it's little mistakes like this that hurt, but we can see Razy with the AWM starting to put in some work.
Shouldering that can opener. Looks to try and split the seams.
निकाला उसने आर्म से एक नॉक.
The longhouse, but we know what Tiamba can do when they're holding down a longhouse, so we know what Milu can do at least. Vitality want to try and find it. The rest comes through. Milu is low HP, but he can get some healing done. Razy is close by. Another stepping forwards, but staying on the rooftops here is bold from QZZ. It may just work.
Whoa!
This is brutal. And another to
Bye.
Taking now only one player in the longhouse. Milu looking to try and hold it down. With the
खतरनाक
Molotov burning, it's going to slow it out, but there's the off angle coming through from Axel. Where's the backup coming from Eagle? He's too far away to get involved here. The nade dribbles down the stairs. Might prove to be difficult to get past there. Does go down. And the res is still yet to come through. 3 players now for Vitality on the inside. Nade's cooking. Axel with a long one. Up to the top floor. May just blast them apart, but Eagle, he's just chilling. What is going on?
He's leaving it up to Milu. Say, you got this, bro. Oh, I guess you don't got this. As Axel gets the nade onto him. So that is Tiamba just getting picked apart here. And really unfortunate for them. But you know what? Vitality soaking up some good points.
I mean, the Eagle has flown away here. It is not what you want to see. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do. Maybe he wants to keep that forward position, but the rest of your team's dead, mate. You need to do something about that. Vitality were able to run through there. They got a really great opener with that AWM that we were talking about, the can opener on the position. And he was able to keep that momentum rolling with some big nades up to the top of the roof and a couple more positions beside. Amino looking to stop the run out from Vitality, and they will have to run out with the circle shifting central.
Oh, Amino's got this on lock. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see a crazy shot here from Vitality to help this team out. I know that there is an AWM somewhere around there. And, oh, nice shots there. They know exactly where he is. They say, oh, you think you have this down? Oh, that headshot, though, said, okay, how you like some of that? So, oh, that looks like it is Eagle going down. Oh, there's the AWM. Brazy's got it. Said, pick me. I dare you. I dare you to go over that rock. I told you! That is crazy! Taking him out!
Boom! Takes him down from behind the rock. What a pickup coming through from the shot. At the end of the AWM barrel, beautiful stuff. They baited him into thinking it was a rifle fight as well.
Yeah.
Little tickle trades, and then he was like, I'm gonna win this.
अबे यार.
And then he's like, bam! You didn't expect
Admin
that.
कहाँ से फंस गया? ये क्या हो गया?
Now, Godlike down to 2 players alive. After losing one earlier to Horror on that northwest
ये क्या
edge.
था?
Oh, Tizzy, that's not good news. That's immediately flushed by 4 Thrives on the southeast.
Now we're going to go ahead and see Vitality. That goes to show you, folks, the bolt action could change the game for you. And it works out here. AWM clutching it up. Now you can see the rest of Godlike. Just going to have to hold those buildings for now. This is inside of the circle. Vitality, they know they have the numbers here, though. So they're like, all right, there's got to be a couple of players of Godlike somewhere. Can't just run into these buildings for free. Just trying to get a little bit of information. Mania, ooh, doing some little pre-fire shots onto some windows, looking to possibly catch somebody off guard. But here we go into the end game. Stage 5, circle starting to close. And this is an interesting one. I mean, we still have San Martin in play. A lot of open field, though, as well. You can see Aaron getting in some headshots onto So Easy. And now here comes Team Vitality on the push.
They're looking to roll around. 2 players now remain.
उसने का decide हो गया इन लोग का order पे.
Federalis leads the charge into the position.
वो जी eliminate हो चुकी है.
First to face, Molotov on the window, burns him down.
Oh, nice one.
Immediately toasts him. And now S-Power on the inside.
Oh!
To say, the suppressor on the end of the SK-12 makes it quiet.
Oh!
Speaking loud with it, and he looks for more as well. 3 players fall at the feet of S-Power, and he looks for the flushes to keep it going. Manya will not be in this fight just yet, as he drops for another flush, and in comes the backup. Manya.
He hit him with that Molotov, and now Razak is down to 1 HP,
And there they go!
S-Power with the 1v4!
Ascendancy coming through for Godlike on the north side. Vitality, they thought they'd taken enough out of them. But
S-Power.
the gas in the tank
S-Power ने
burning.
Let's get this going. Are you kidding me? Day 2 of the finals starting off hot here. Multiple 1v4s. S-Power.
भाई क्या था ये S-Power? भाई क्या था ये?
Unleashing that luxurious hair, sweeping it left and right with the shotgun shells ringing out in the ears of his enemies. Vitality have no idea what hit them. Milu, S-Power, these longhouse shotgun plays, I'm telling you, man, there's something special about it. I love to see it. I absolutely adore it. With 5 eliminations now on the game, Godlike looking to keep their march going, but they have to get across some open ground here.
S-Power ने भाई क्या था भाई?
On their north side, they should know exactly what has unfolded.
भाई वो double barrel shotgun भाई.
Imagine that it's more likely they may look to sweep to the east, get a little bit more coverage as they may try and approach Ulf or sweep through the remnants of other teams across the map.
Let's see how the rest of this
कांड कर दिया.
match turns out. It's already been so
मजा हाँ भाई literally मजा आ गया देख के.
Earlier, they're sitting with 4 points on the edge of the circle.
Discord में VC में भी बैठा हूँ मैं वैसे.
He does have a position. Oh, I think this is still out of zone, so they're gonna have to start pushing up here. Ooh, XEY in the blue, and this one hurts. This is stage 6. This one's gonna start chunking you down. So he's gonna go ahead and get himself healed up, and yeah, already getting shot. He's like, oh, I thought I was safe.
Yeah?
You thought, yeah, you thought. Down he goes on that side. Ulf all too happy to pick up the point there.
यहाँ पे S-Power का कॉन्फिडेंस जा चुका है स्काई लेवल पे, ठीक है। अब तुम लोग यहाँ से बस गॉडलाइक के मैचेस देखो, एस पावर को नॉक किया है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। अरे फिनिश कर दिया, अरे मान्या को भी गया, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं। पोजीशन पे गए बट ठीक है।
So, I mean, Godlike losing players early, still put some good points on the board on the back of that 1v4. Looking on over to Enigma Galaxy, though. What are they going to do? They got their eyes set onto Ida. And it looks like Hoops does get caught, though, on the transition by Sky. But he should be able to get safe here in res. I like the fact that Rauf is starting to throw some util up on top just to buy his teammates some time. And they should be able to get the reset here.
I mean, that was a long-range assist coming through. Horror on that north side, I think that's at least 300, if
सिर्फ
not
टॉप
4.
7 तक आपको पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं प्लेसमेंट के।
That's a really helpful hand over towards Ida to leave Enigma Galaxy on 2. Ralph now in position to potentially look for the res, suppress the run-outs here with those 2 nades lying in wait. Darkin mollying the corner. That's actually going to help the res coming through. So for Ida, they're keeping them on the outside, sure, but they're keeping themselves on the inside as well, which is going to allow Enigma Galaxy to get back to fighting form, and they're in the zone too. Arena in the versus Aura on the north side though.
Vitality फिर नहीं जाएगी ऐसे करने गॉडलाइक के साथ।
Yeah, I think Ida are just
फिर नहीं करेगी वो लोग, ये गलती से भी वो लोग दोबारा ये रिस्क नहीं उठाने वाले।
Let's see how the play ends up reading out. Satan throwing in some nades in there, trying to get that crucial.
ज़्यादा समझ रहे थे ना अपने आप को। अरे गॉडलाइक की तो है, क्या है, दिखा दिया। एस पावर ने दिखा दिया।
But I think he just dropped the nade into the sand dune instead of throwing it over towards the opponents there. Not quite as efficacious as you need it to be. You can see on the picture there's fights across the map. Horror really suffering against
गॉडल किससे मरी है मैंने भी नहीं देखा यार, किल फीड में वो होरा के अगेंस्ट में मरी थी शायद, होरा। ओह, होरा भी जा रही।
A tide of lead sweeps them straight back in the door they ran out from.
I'm so shocked that they ran out like that. Let's see what
अब NGX versus ईडा।
this push though. Darkin's up on top. Hoops in the front
ये
line.
ईडा हमेशा इन्हीं को पुश करती है, मतलब पोचिंग पे ड्रॉप इन दोनों की होती है फाइट। अब यहाँ पर वो मिल गए ये लोग, अब NGX पीछे नहीं हटने वाली।
Everybody shotguns out. Oh, nice play there from Ida, catching some little angles there, peppering up the side of Ralph. These guys are level 3 out of their minds though right now.
Oh, goodness me. There's the off angle. I think that's Iarina taking shots across the way. Because, of course, Iarina did clean up the fight with Horror just a moment ago as well. Hot Jukes on that northern side. They got some really good openers with a couple of nades on board. And we're able to... bounce! What a bank on the nade there from Coops. And now just one player on the top floor. And the shotguns are going to continue to put the pressure down. But there is still a little bit more left to fight. I think the Galaxy are taking shots from across the way. They get rid of Ida.
NGX again.
Step into their shoes. Take down one Turkish team. Another one's here to play.
Hello, Catch is right there waiting for you. Aaron's gonna have to turn around though, throw a smoke down, trying to be able to get up Solus. Enigma Galaxy though, great start, 8 eliminations so far. Ulf have 9 though. They're looking to put themselves up on the leaderboards here.
Height advantage. कौन सी height advantage?
They're gonna go ahead and start throwing some
KD height advantage.
to the side of Ulf. Ulf are gonna have to decide where is the biggest threat here, and it's got to be
पीछे थे ना ये लोग तो disadvantage पे।
Oh, thinking about trying to pick up his teammate, but Irina's right there.
Oh man, this position is really annoying for Ulf. If they could have gotten red of Enigma Galaxy, it would be so much more free and easy for them. They could take control of that whole June all the way out to their west side. But with Coops and Ralph still in action, they are penned in here. Solus bleeding out, and Irina can start to establish that chokehold on them.
Oh, vehicle coming on up. Here come the mollies too. Aaron's on fire. Not able to make it happen here. Scarface on the other side is getting peppered as well. He's going to throw some util, but Ulf just getting apart. Arena.
बेचारी.
Those nades huge. That's going to pepper up Mormon real good.
इन लोग के भी गए.
Opens up the door for Enigma Galaxy as well.
They're moving across the open ground.
ले खत्म.
They do fall. Ulf cannot weather the storm again. It's that position from Enigma Galaxy, the prevention of them sweeping out from the west that really came back to bite them here.
सिर्फ एक मैच में नहीं, ये लोग नॉर्मली भी अच्छा ही खेलते हैं.
Enigma Galaxy with a 2 versus 4. Well, Coops can do it.
ये लोग ग्रुप स्टेज में सिर्फ क्वालीफाई करने के लिए खेल रहे थे, अब जीतने के लिए खेल रहे हैं, ऐसा लग रहा है.
He's just there for moral support at this point, right? Let's see what he can do. But hey, you know what? You could never count out the IGL. That is Rauf. He's already still got that anger built inside him, that fire, all the way from Aaron Gale Pachiki.
Hoops के 6
Looking
kill,
to
Ross
apply
के
here,
2.
Hoops with the headshots. Gets peppered up a little bit though in the process. The thing is that these guys are out of position big time. It's going to take a miracle for Enigma Galaxy to do it. But we saw one before. We could see it here again for the 3rd time in this game.
That would be pretty insane. That would probably be the most 1v4s we've ever seen in a single match of competitive PUBG Mobile at this level. They've got about a minute before the zone closes fully on that stage 9 zone. And they just have a sliver of it on the edge of that open concrete slab.
Beep.
They are just in, but that's not going to be comfortable.
Oh, look at this flyby right here. I mean, E-Arena doing a 2-2 split. Now, if for some reason Coops can get 2 of these players now, okay, yeah, Schweppes is going to move on over, play that mid-range. I like that. You know, just better safe than sorry. Use your numbers advantage, use the blue zone, and E-Arena should have this locked down.
Yeah, they're playing this very, very safe. E-Arena looking to try and convert from the top of the tables to a chicken dinner at the start of today. It would be so incredible for them to open that kind of a lead.
क्या लगता है? क्या इंजेक्स जैसे मैच निकाल लेंगे अगर उन्होंने यहाँ से मैच निकाल लिया ना?
We talked about it before. Schweppes, the only player here with a chance to get the 3rd title of PMWC champion. The only player in the world with that opportunity.
Oh, here come E-Arena. They're going to go on the push, where they're going to get aggressive. They take down Coops. It's just Raouf, and that is it. E-Arena get the first chicken dinner here today. They're hyped up. They're excited. And they were on top of the leaderboards here, so that's going to push them even further beyond.
नंबर 1 की टीम और ज़्यादा नंबर 1 हो गई और ज़्यादा नंबर 1 हो गई नंबर 1 की टीम.
One of those angles is basically gone because you have to stick that res, you have to try and keep your numbers advanced.
Good morning, Vixen.
Negotiation that can happen.
Good morning.
There's nothing that Enigma Galaxy can do. The flex out, I think, was probably okay, but was pretty bold, and I liked it. I liked it towards the end there. For E-Arena, they should be happy to kick things off today with a chicken dinner, but we've seen them do that before. We've seen them do that before in record-breaking fashion. I do not want a repeat of what happened for the rest of that day. They did not keep that pace, and it is, again, that marathon today. So for E-Arena, a brilliant start to push them even further at the top of the tables and free and clear of a lot of players keeping right now. For the time being, of course, with a lot more matches to play, there's still the capacity to close that gap, but yeah, very, very happy with that opener. It felt controlled as well, in a way that I think that the big rondo that they had didn't quite feel like it was as much their agency, even though they were doing things. This felt like it was much more E-Arena's victory.
Yeah, I mean, the Thai squad coming in so hot here off the rip. They're looking strong. And let's see if they can continue that dominance here in a bit.
मेरा हाल झक्कास है. आप बताओ झक्कास क्यों है? एक रीजन दीजिए हमको. ये कौन सी स्किन का वो है भाई? EWC स्किन कुछ वो आई है क्या? EWC ग्रोजा? साउदी वाला डिहाइड्रेटेड लग रहा है शायद. नहीं, मैंने ध्यान से नहीं देखा, मुझे ध्यान से देखना पड़ेगा.
What's up, guys? It's Barney Banks here. I'm backstage with Ngang Smith. He is one of our co-streamers here at PMWC. We're gonna
हाँ इसका तो मैंने वो देखी थी स्टोरी इसने डाली थी ऐसे स्नैक्स आया करके ऐसे भाई स्नैक्स के भी फैंस हैं उधर भी सोच रहे हो
So give us some insight about, you know, what your experience has been like so far.
Jadi gimana perasaan kamu tentunya tentang Paris sendiri dan juga tentang PMWC yang selama ini udah gila banget gitu sudah berjalan.
Gila banget
Terima
what?
kasih pertama-tama buat pihak EWC dan PMWC telah menyelenggarakan turnamen ini. Saya sangat mengapresiasi dan berterima kasih telah diundang ke sini. Dan saya sangat senang dan vibes-nya di sini sangat-sangat real, nyata, memang benar-benar keren banget.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for EWC and PMWC for inviting me here. It's been a very surreal experience and it's a very real experience as well. And it's just gonna goes on and on and on.
रात को नहीं सोई थी पूरी रात जागी 7:30 को कॉलेज जाना था 7 को सोने गई नो प्रॉपर स्लीप जाके अच्छा लग रहा है क्या कर रही थी पूरी रात
Tell us like a bit about the boys and how they're getting on and how do you think they're gonna do here at PMWC in the finals.
Tentunya kan kamu di sini datang sebagai pendukung Vitality.
दुनिया kan di mundi di sini.
Tentang tim Vitality yang sudah.
हमको भी सिखा दो भाई जी ये भाषा.
Terus habis itu juga gimana?
Bahasa.
Apa harapan kamu kepada tim Vitality?
Harapan saya untuk tim Vitality terakhir Indonesia mengangkat Piala Dunia di 2019. Semoga di 2026 ini bisa kembali mengangkat Piala Dunia kembali. Dan saya mensupport Vitality sangat-sangat dengan keras, dengan antusias yang besar bersama dengan viewer saya di live streaming.
Iya, dengan keras.
Sudah meramaikan stiker-stiker Bigetron dan Vitality di bawah komentar. Mereka full support buat Vitality hari ini.
Of course, the last time that Indonesia wins the World Cup is back in 2019, and now 2026. I can only hope that they can win it again, and I can only also wish the best for them. I will give them my full support. As of course, also the viewers in the chat and the live stream also.
इन लोग का तो इंडिया से भी ज़्यादा टाइम हो गया था.
And we will hope for the best for Vitality.
How have the chat been since you've been here? Like, how has the experience been while you've been co-streaming right here with the event going on behind you? What's the chat been like? How has the streaming experience been for you here on the main stage?
Jadi gimana pengalaman kamu tentang live streaming di Paris di EWC ini? Begitu pula juga dengan ya apa sih vibes chatnya dari selama ini yang bertanding dan juga pengalaman kamu juga live stream di sini?
Pertama-tama mungkin dari peralatannya ya kok, karena peralatannya di sini benar-benar bagus, benar-benar disupport banget. Saya senang banget bisa difasilitasi buat bisa jadi co-stream di sini. Dan untuk chat, mereka semua senang karena
bahasa language है ये, Indonesian language.
First of all, I just want to say this is like the best equipment I have ever found. This is like a full equipment that I never even used myself. So it's just like a very surreal experience so far.
Well, Jang, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here at EWC. PMWC.
भाई ऐसे हमको बुला लो ENC में.
We can't wait to see you on your co-stream popping off. So thank you so much for joining us in this interview. Enjoy the rest of your experience here, and we'll check back in with you on Sunday. Back to you guys.
से क्या 1v4 किया यार एस पावर ने हाँ और नहीं तो क्या भाई उसने फाड़ के रख दी वाइटैलिटी की वाइटैलिटी इज अ पेपर जो एस पावर ने लेके
Arena coming in hot, wanting to maintain that first place. And boy, what a start for this team here in day 2, even though we're going to be playing some matches from day 1. Still, Arena, this is what we've been wanting to see, especially when you teased us with the 29 eliminations.
Yeah, I was like, we cannot afford
अच्छा रुको मैं स्ट्रीम पे ही हूँ मैं कुछ देर के लिए क्या बोलते हैं कैमरा ऑफ कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं अपना लाइक लैपटॉप हाथ में लेके घूमूंगा इधर उधर एक दो काम भी करना है मेरे को तब तक मैं चैट पढ़ रहा हूँ और तुम लोगों से बात कर रहा हूँ ठीक है
And now they're creating a gap. Hey, it seems like this tournament might be the chase after the White Rabbits.
Absolutely, like you've got Enigma Galaxy coming in here. They were in 3rd place coming into the first game here, so they've done a bit to extend.
पर मोमोज बेचने से 5 मिलियन नहीं मिलते ना मिल जाते हैं अगर तुम 5 मिलियन मोमो बेचो तो
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are going on about still this first 29 match. Did you guys have eyes yesterday? EA
Godlike 7, let's go. Godlike 7th पे, yes.
But their first chicken dinner, they have actually had so much progression through every single match. It's been amazing.
Yes,
to
7th
watch.
pair
Yeah,
Godlike.
We're going to revert back to that, you know, that huge statement they made in the group stages, but their consistency has been key.
Yeah, and for Enigma Galaxy, it's all about that. Because this man has been performing. He actually baited Furia into rushing him after they were able to eliminate Lord, and Coops was able to handle them all by himself.
He got the revenge he was looking for. I mean, Coops, you know that we were missing him during PMWC Season 1, and he's been putting up the numbers. But look at this. Let's quickly go through that 1v4 scenario. During this entire fight, Coops is on the mountain, uncontested, and this is not a position you should be willing to push. I feel like this is a big fumble from Furia. This is not a fight you should be even willing or even thinking about taking. And Coops here, having the time, going to flush the elimination, denying extra information from Furia. But this grenade, one of the best grenades of the tournament, a Maxman grenade of the day, as he gets that 1v2 and then sprays him down from a distance. He gets the headshot, eliminates the final player.
सोई
What
तो
an insane clutch,
रिकॉर्ड
but
था
so did
2:30 बजे में
Expound.
सोई
Didn't he
अरे उड़
just,
गई
I mean, I wanted to replay this because look at
क्या?
what he's able to do here. This guy is a machine. The angles, the quick flicks. He's using these angles. He gets that one.
Zombie mode
He
in
realizes that Razak is
हैं?
coming around. Gets that
क्यों?
elimination. And
Why? मेरे को बताओ.
doesn't have time to
Zombie mode
Molotov in there, tries to come out, tries to get these angles.
करेंगे वैसे, but क्यों?
It's just buys enough time for his teammate to come on in. The Molotov will go forward. It's fantastic.
रात को पहले लूडो खेली, इसमें रोके 2 बंदे को डांट के खत्म की, फिर स्क्रिबल खेले हम। भैया भी थे, फिर मेरे साथ अमंगस खेली, फिर स्क्रिबल खेली, फिर लूडो। What a happening night
this last match. Forthright being very aggressive, especially with being able to chase one of the other teams. Talking about chasing too, we got a chance to see Enigma Galaxy versus EDA towards the end as well.
हाँ वो तो है। वो तो अरे वही है ना, उसके अंदर जीतना बहुत मुश्किल है। अगर तुम ऐसे नॉर्मल प्लेयर बिना लाइक जस्ट सरवाइव करे, अगर बहुत जीत रहे हो बहुत मुश्किल है।
We gotta mention that because it was so quick and then Doc with them.
We're not going to talk about Aurora. We're not going to talk about it.
I'll talk about Forthright though. Look, they had such an immense sort of split hold in the hillside while Aurora was sort of making their rotate. And it was only a matter of time before they were able to do that.
मैं सौते रह गई 2:30 को।
Yesterday is their pacing.
Rek थी, लेकिन मैं उठ
obviously when
नहीं
they get
पाई।
that
Rek?
first contention and then following up with the fight, their pacing is back to what we want to see. So it's very, very impressive that they were able to do that. Unfortunately, they did have IQ at the southern side trying to find position in zone whilst that contention was going on. Nongshim Red Force was
Twitch पे कमेंट आया, OG और Godel PMWC champion
fell a little bit short there trying to move in because there wasn't much cover for them to sort of progress through that. And I mean, then it was just down to, you know, a little solo, and unfortunately
Godlike domination today.
Top actually was sitting on top of a building, and that's probably the best spot and the only spot that could have been played.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very, very happy with
Spots बहुत है यार। हाँ। Depend करता है आप किस टाइम पे खेल रहे हो, but yeah, I can understand.
He's back supporting his teammates really, really well, and the whole
रिकॉर्डिंग रे बाबा, किस चीज की रिकॉर्डिंग? कौन सा शो कर रही हो? कौन सी मूवी में? मार्वल में तुमको भी मिल गया क्या स्पाइडरमैन की नेक्स्ट गर्लफ्रेंड? Gwen Stacy?
Here we see him, 6th place, coming in clutch here.
That's right. Forthright being able to jump up that leaderboard with 33 points, but E-Arena with the win starting to create that gap, Max.
ये तो और आगे चली गई। निग्मा गैलेक्सी फिर सेकंड पे ही है। टियानबा नीचे चली गई। अल्फ को देखो भाई।
Not really happy with the arena, right? Of course, you're looking at the consistency. You remove their chicken dinners, their non-games. Like, they're sure they're a little bit low on the placement point side of things, but you know what? You can still get 2 chicken dinners over the course of what is that 5 games. That's an insane win ratio. So it kind of takes out of the equation the consistency when you get these big wins. But they're going on to the second page.
इतना कहाँ जा रहे हो?
As in highlight here, Nick, is Hora. I feel like this should have been at least bare minimum.
थोड़ा काम कर रहा था ना मैं, इसलिए कैमरा वो थोड़ा सा ऑफ किया। रुको ऑन करता हूँ। बालकनी में बैठ के अचानक से पूरा व्यू चेंज कर लूँगा, देखता हूँ मैं विजिबल होता हूँ कि नहीं। वाइटलिटी नीचे जाएगी अब। हाँ।
Ulf did the exact same thing. They did the exact same thing here. And hopefully they don't do it again.
Hora threw that game, but I did like the aggressiveness that we got a chance to see out of Hora, and I'm hoping that it's going to continue on here. Let's see what's going to be happening on the second Miramar, because it's getting spicy here. Hot Jukes. John, take it away.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. The aggression is going to be at an all-time high here. We've already seen multiple 1v4s to start us off here. I think we're just
Galaxy 7 average eliminations, 145 damage, 25 मिनट का surviving time है. Obviously 25 मिनट का average surviving time है. इससे ऊपर है the leaderboard.
Oh yeah, we've got our second Miramar today, of which we're going to be treated to 4 Miramars over the course of today. We're going to end on 12 matches played total of our 18 match set. We're going to set that smash boundary. A lot to play for today. And if the arena can continue to perform in the way that they are, that smash boundary is going to be so far away from everybody else. It's not even going to be worth thinking about.
100 है. मेरे को भी वही लगा था 100 होना चाहिए था. इन्होंने डबल बोला था.
You heard Max say it earlier. Everyone's going to be chasing the White Rabbit here in this tournament. You can see the fans are so hyped, excited. Beauty aside of things, pumped up, waiting for them to start making something happen. Unfortunately, they got taken out by Coops in that one. It is what it is, but a bounce back is imminent. That's for sure. First place, $500,000. Second place, $250,000. So a lot of money is on the line here, folks. And let's see which team is going to push themselves and try to catch Irina.
It's not just about that cold hard catch.
Yo.
It's about that warm feeling in your
Let's see,
heart
मैं दिख
when
रहा हूँ
you
क्या?
realize you are
Am I visible?
the champions here at the PMWC, at the EWC. For 2026, there's no team here to defend that title, right? Alpha 7, don't know where they've gone. They must have gone home.
बीमार ना होता तो लॉबी खाली कर देता अकेला. हाँ, वो बात भी सही है.
Also not making it to these finals, but it's time for another team
GGUR
to sit on that throne.
मतलब ये GG नहीं, मतलब G you are.
Yeah, let's see which team it's going to be here. Southern playing path here on this one. So we're
हाँ, और नहीं तो क्या, अच्छा खासा और खेल भी रहा है भाई, अच्छा खेल रहा है.
And this is going to be that second Miramar match. So after this one, if it wasn't hot already, we're going to Toronto, right?
Rondo map होगा इसके बाद.
Crazy change of pace. Top players so far, you can see Milu right there, 3,000 damage.
Milu, Falak, Scarface.
Everything considered, this guy is an absolute monster.
आज फलक ने कवर अप कर लिया और एक मैच के अंदर फलक आगे निकल जाएगा, मेरे को जो फीलिंग आ रही है. देख रहे हो हैं? अरे ये विक्सन एक प्लेयर है अपना जो खेल रहा है टीम गॉडलाइक से, ठीक है. गॉडल अभी नंबर 13 पे आ चुकी है, ठीक है, ऊपर उठ रही है गॉडल. हाँ, तो उसका एक प्लेयर बीमार है, उसकी बात कर रहा है. वो बीमार होते हुए भी वर्ल्ड कप में अभी खेल रहा है ना. ओह, सर्कल देखो.
Didn't do anything other than just sort of give points to them, it seemed like. So it was kind of only really one map where 4 Thrives actually third.
इंडिपेंडेंस डे पे कोई उसकी यादों से आसानी दिलवा दे. रिज यार.
A pretty okay start to their Erangels, right? So for me, it's definitely Ida that needs to move today, but we'll be seeing that later on. And they have been able to profit quite nicely. I mean, you get those 4 points right at the start of the match. That's a good profit.
Oh, trophy को देखो guys, trophy को देखो. Look at that trophy.
Across the whole set, rather than just these big pop-offs once or twice over the course of it. And that's exactly what you want, right? If you're able to get 4 points, it's not unlikely you can get 1 or 2 more, and that is a massive.
किसी को भी सेंटर नहीं मिला, खुश की दुखी. किसी को भी सेंटर नहीं मिला. देखो देखते हैं. है ना, ये देखो जा रही है, रोटेशंस चालू है वहाँ पर. टीम ईदा जा रही है आगे. ओजी तो उधर है और अपनी गॉडल किधर है? गॉडल पूरी गॉडल. लास्ट बेंडिटिया के ऊपर. लॉस बेंडिटोस. ओह, बीमार है, जल्दी ठीक हो जाए वो. एग्जैक्टली मैं भी यही बोल रहा हूँ, सब लोग को यही दुआ करनी चाहिए कि जल्दी जल्दी ठीक हो जाए, ताकि आज और कल एकदम पूरा फाड़ के रखते हैं. आज मैच खेलते खेलते ठीक हो जाए वो. घूमी घूमी कर रही है ओजी मैप में. भाई बहुत जल्दी.
Pretty great opener for Irina. Put themselves now on 69 points total. Nice. And they get
40 का एक प्लेयर गया.
What more could you ask for? Unfortunate there for 4 Thrives to be losing a player like that. That's a little bit careless, I think, in my book. Should have been a little bit more aware of the surroundings, but not to be.
एक चिकन नीचे बस. भाई 3 मिलेंगे आज इंडियन टीम्स को, 3. ठीक है.
Man, Irina making it happen. Looking on over to 4 Thrives, saying "Kapkun krap." That means thank you in Thai.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Very, very happy so far. 69 points on top of leaderboards. and only just beginning. That smash point threshold is going to be where it's at. So they continue to have such a fortuitous day today. Their goal should be to just set that point threshold so dang high that nobody can possibly smash in the final day. Now, so far in the history, we've seen one team smash at an international event. That's going to be Nongshim Red Force, and that was just earlier this year at the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. It was, I believe, Furia that was on top with the most points, but Nongshim Red Force won that final game just by the skin of their teeth, and that automatically made them the champs. So
yeah, I think it was a 1 point. They were 1 point behind the leaders as well, so they needed to win via smash. It wasn't just a case of winning the game. So a really nice ending for them there, but that's that fairy tale not really converting over to Paris, unfortunately, for Nongshim Red Force. At the moment, they're in 9th place. Still very much doable.
Oh damn, 24 players को.
They have got a little bit of a way to go.
इसलिए कल के वो मैचेस रद्द हो गए थे.
Yes, they do.
और वो आज के उनके
gotta make sure that they just stay secure in the end game here. Can't afford any slip-ups at all. Gotta be able to make some plays. Man, that 1v4 earlier from S Power was so dang hype. They're still having a rough day of it so far, though. 13th place. We're having reached the halfway point of this tourney, though, so they still got plenty of time to bounce back. But if they want to win this thing, they've already kind of burned through the bad games that they can already afford. They really need to start putting up some good, solid, consistent points here. Because when you see E-Arena on top, that's a major threat. I mean, we've seen this team earlier in this tournament break a PUBG Mobile record.
इसी टीम का प्लेयर तो हॉस्पिटल तक गया था स्ट्रेचर पे. वो
so silly that they didn't make it into that into the finals off of it. Well, but they got some little extra survival cash, I guess.
Yeah, sure. But that's
Host
the point, right?
casters इनमें से सब किसी को कुछ नहीं हुआ. मतलब only players को कुछ ऐसा मिला है जिसके अंदर ये दिक्कत हुई थी. Only players को.
After that, so it was a big fall off coming through from the arena, and to that end, they didn't deserve to make it straight to the grand final through that. So to be able to come through survivals, fantastic. Okay, now they've started to really up that game, keep that momentum going. This is a much better scenario, which is kind of why what I was alluding to before is I prefer this chicken dinner that we just saw in the arena to the one that we saw in Rondo, in terms of quality, in terms of an indicator for what we might expect for the rest of this phase.
Yeah, and we got to be honest too. I mean, these guys very luckily made it here into the finals. They were barely able to pass up the Wolves.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, to see them barely make it in, at least I think it gives a lot of relief, right? Because for all the Wolves fans out there, they're like, we were so close.
Yeah.
But for E-Arena to actually pop off, it's like, okay, you know what? The team that made it deserved it, right? Like they're actually doing something here. If they were at the bottom of the leaderboard, it'd be like, kind of a waste. But they're not messing around. I think that the way this tournament fared for them so far was kind of a perfect storm, right? Because they had the record, don't make it, they barely make it here, and I think that really just lit a fire in them to be like, you know what, we got to just play our game, let's go full-fledged aggro. And then that's what's happening, because they are just pushing team after team after team as a full squad and just picking them apart little by little.
A lot of teams will unravel under that kind of pressure. Keep your mind thinking forwards. We saw some monumental plays in that last game, so
yeah,
I'm hoping that the nerves aren't going to be too rattled for a couple of our squads. It's going to be difficult, not only on the losing side of those fights, but again on the winning side of those fights, because in those scenarios that adrenaline just hits your system, and it can end up, once it drains out after the end of the game, that can be a real detriment to your performance, and that's when you need to rely on the rest of your team, on the advice of your coach, on the feeling of comfort, hopefully, that you can find with the rest of
them. भी काफी बीमार, शायद इंडिया आ गया वो.
Absorb the impact of falling from that great height.
Yeah. And
ज़्यादा travel करने वाले बंदे नहीं होंगे ना अपने.
The zone goes all the way up to the tippy top here.
पर वो तो भाई बीमार कैसे?
Yeah, near Crater Fields, near the Hacienda de Patron.
वो तो बिठाने वाले घूम गए थे, वो तो travel का कुछ तो दिक्कत है.
In the last match, so teams are going to be trying to take a similar spot to what they had here. Like, yeah, why don't we go to that same spot we were at last time?
वो जी अभी पीछे ही है.
We'll take that.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit further west.
वो जिन्हें लेट जाने का डिसाइड किया और गॉडेल वहां पर अर्ली जा रही है।
But it is very similar. You're right in terms of that location.
फूरिया का उन्होंने नॉक निकाला भाई, चलती गाड़ी से उड़ा दिया।
From Furia, but Coops will not stop in just one game. He's going to find shots onto them again. I feel like they should definitely be aware of his location this time around.
पानी की बूंद गिरी शायद मेरे ऊपर, बारिश स्टार्ट होने वाली है।
You know, for Furia, that's not a good feeling. That is not a good feeling.
Yeah, that's Miramar for you. It's tough. I mean, you're trying to rotate and
ये रे गॉडेल, अब गॉडेल के सामने S2G, गॉडेल S2G के अगेंस्ट में होती है क्या इनकी फाइट? अरे वो नॉक होने वाला है, अपने गॉडेल का बंदा नॉक होने वाला है।
Could be that one guy there waiting for you. You can see Godlike getting peppered up from Lost.
जी के प्लेयर इसलिए बीमार नहीं हुए क्योंकि वो वेजिटेरियन हैं।
Good at shooting people out of vehicles. And Jiggle, Aura heard the crowd pop off. Jiggle ends up taking out quick from Al-Ula.
I mean, they did it last time very early on. This time it's taken them a couple more minutes, but same start to unfold. Aura have managed to transition down towards that south and look to control the really sharp high ground.
वहाँ पर सामने हो रहा है डीपी लेके, अच्छा ये हो रहा कहीं प्लेयर है ये भी। मैं एक सेकंड के लिए सोच रहा हूँ कि भाई ये जिस तरफ जा रहा है सामने वो प्लेयर बैठा हुआ है डीपी लेके, अभी गड़गड़ उतार देगा।
A little crash between Flash over on the east side and Vitality very quickly.
भाई एक्वारिस तुम्हारे पास तो पूरी इन्फॉर्मेशन है यार, मेरे खबरी बन जाओ यार तुम।
Not really connecting as Razak bumbles over the top but doesn't eat damage either.
There goes Vitality, rotating away. They take that elimination and run with it. Federales driving outside of the zone here, maybe looking for another vehicle. Seems that's what they have their eyes on here. No fear, popping out the buggy though. Going to be putting some pressure onto Aurora.
Aurora को यहाँ पर ओपन में पकड़ लिया, एकदम नीचे की तरफ है, यहाँ पर हाइट ज्यादा है Aurora के पास, तो ये उनके लिए फायदेमंद हो सकता है। जैसे ईडा भी आ रही है और उल्फ ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर मौजूद है। उल्फ के आगे में फाइट, ओह लवली, टॉप को नॉक कर दिया। अब एक और वहाँ पर नेट जाएगा, क्या फिनिश मिल सकता है?
I do not think Doc is going to get the back up. He is over 500, probably about 700 meters away from them right now in the shadow of Nick Galaxy on the west side. You just can't move. This is an easy set of flushes coming through.
दो किल निकल गए इनको, गए Aurora के 3। Aurora का पहले एक प्लेयर गया, फिर एक और गया, फिर अब यहाँ पर 3 चले गए।
Up on that high ground, so for them, for Ulf, I'm feeling like they're fairly safe. This next circle might put more pressure on them, but being as central as they are, it's unlikely.
Godel अभी तक तो चलो चल रही है उनकी, अभी तक एक भी पॉइंट नहीं है, but let's see. Come on Godel.
Yeah, they don't have to move at all here with this next circle. Vitality though over there by water treatment are going to have to push on in. Near Nongshan Red Force on the south side are going to have to get.
Ulf और Hora की फाइट चालू हो चुकी है, फायरिंग शॉट्स लिए जा रहे हैं। I can see the shots being taken. तियान भी यहाँ पर आते हुए, तियान ने किसको स्पॉट किया? गाड़ी अटक गई क्या? गाड़ी का पेट्रोल खत्म हो गया लगता है। उन्होंने डिसाइड किया यहाँ पर 2 बंदे साथ में रोटेट करेंगे। उल्फ को नॉक किया कर दिया एक बंदे को इस फाइट के अंदर, तियान यहाँ पर घुसते हुए।
S2G are also pushing in from this northeast side. Aaron down allows Tiamba to move in. Eagle and Milu in with the same vehicle, but there's a beautiful spray down.
Oh!
What a response coming through from Solus, holding in the face of the push. QZ wants to try and turn it around, but Solus has more.
तियान एलिमिनेट हो जाएगी क्या यहाँ पर? यहाँ पर बहुत खतरनाक तरीके से डिफेंड करते हुए उनको नॉक किया है भाई। लास्ट प्लेयर जो टियानमा का आ रहा है, जो यहाँ पर ये लोग फुल पावर घुस गए फाइट देख के, बट अब कुछ नहीं कर सकते, यहाँ पर फिनिश हो जाएगी पूरी की पूरी टीम। ले खत्म। ओफ, अपने प्लेयर को भी बचा लेगा, पीछे से यहाँ पर आएगी, पीछे से वो दूसरी टीम आ सकती है। भाई क्या डिफेंस की है भाई। ऑलरेडी वो लोग खराब हालत में थे, दूसरी तरफ से एक टीम हो रहा उन पे ऑलरेडी नजर रखे हुई थी। उस बीच में उलाला आ गई।
I mean, what a lineup there. A little bit.
S2G आ रही गॉडल की तरफ, गॉडल की गाड़ी और स्मोक निकल रहा है, बहुत मतलब फटने की कगार पे इनकी गाड़ी है, तो इनको बहुत यहाँ पर सेफ रोटेशन लेना पड़ेगा। बहुत ज्यादा रोटेशन के अंदर गाड़ियों को डैमेज हो चुका है भाई। एस पावर तो गाड़ी से ही उतर चुका है। वाइटैलिटी की तरफ जा रहे हैं ये लोग। वाइटैलिटी और S2G की फाइट होनी चाहिए। वाइटैलिटी यहाँ पर ऑलरेडी उला के साथ में फाइट पे लगी हुई है। नेट आता हुआ यहाँ पर उला का वाइटैलिटी के प्लेयर के ऊपर, अच्छा खासा डैमेज।
I'm telling you, big plays coming out of here in the finals. Axel getting naded up pretty good, peppered by Al-Ula. Let's look at the replay here. Solus with these headshots.
Oh, Uzi भाई, Uzi थी या कौन सी थी वो? खतरनाक थी भाई वो, SMG टाइप है यार।
Comes on out, pops a nade on accident, and
Oh.
gets the knock.
Oh, okay, we're back in with Alola versus
Oh nice DBS power.
looking for another
अब दूसरी टीम वहाँ पर बाकी का डैमेज दे देंगे. उसने ऑलरेडी एक अच्छा खासा डैमेज दे दिया था. उससे बाकी की टीम पीछे से आए और उन्होंने निकाले. और वाइटैलिटी के अब 2 प्लेयर डाउन. उला का एक डाउन, एक खत्म, एक नॉक, एक की 1 HP. रिवाइव यहाँ पर मिलते हुए नजर आएगा, बट क्या रिवाइव कर पाएंगे? रिवाइव हो तो जाएगा. वाइटैलिटी यहाँ पर सैंडविच होते हुए S2G की तरफ से आ गई ना.
Axel trying to find some high ground here, trying to find an off angle. Razy just forced her to just run out in the open, no vehicle to his name. Trying to be able to help out Federalis. Federalis is knocked, and it looks like he will be thirsted here because it's taking a long time. Meanwhile, S2G decided to just back things up. Say, you know what, we don't want none of this. This zone going down south. Let's prioritize that instead. And Razy is going to start pressing.
Vitality कहते हैं L लग गए.
Can he spot out one of these players of Alula? He sees red.
मारो 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 मारो
Does
मारो.
not see a good sight line. Decides to back on up.
Yeah, it doesn't have the team shots to be on. Well,
Bomb नहीं है ना अभी किसी के पास. नहीं यहाँ मेरे को 100 में knock finish.
100% sure that you can lock down a knock.
OG के 2 बंदे गए.
Ida getting rolled down by Orangutan there. Nicely done, but there's still a little bit more to do. Ida.
OG की कम HP और ईडा के एक बंदे की फुल HP है. वो रिवाइव करने की कोशिश कर रहा होगा. अगर उसे रिवाइव कर दिया तो दिक्कत में आ जाएंगे. नाइस नाइस.
And send Ida packing.
There we go, and that's going to be the 15th place team so far. Starting to turn things up, but here we go.
ये लो EA versus 40. EA versus 40.
Against 4 Thrives, Turny K getting the flushes. It's all up to Falak, and
खत्म
it's going
40.
to be good enough.
भाई पूरी की पूरी टीम ले गए और EA के चारों बंदे जिंदा.
Whole team alive.
And back up they get.
40 गई without any eliminations. They're gone out. बारिश होने वाली है.
This is a solo? A solo against Alola on the north side? Where did that come from? Razy's popping off on the north as a solo.
3 eliminations. Razy putting the points here for Team Vitality. The Indo squad looking good here as they're going to be pushing into this next zone.
कमल के रेजी.
We're in looking at this next circle as it is just
बगी इतनी डैमेज है ना, हल्का सा भी कुछ हुआ तो बूम करेगी सीधा. और बगी के अंदर हम जानते हैं बंदा सीधा खत्म हो जाता है. और वो तो वैसे भी है लास्ट, सीधा खत्म ही होगा. गॉडल 3 मैन स्ट्रांग, OG 2 मैन स्ट्रांग. OG और गॉडल के सेम वो हो गए पॉइंट्स अभी यहाँ पर. बट यार और चाहिए हमको पॉइंट्स, इतने से नहीं चलेगा. गॉडल कम ऑन, OG कम ऑन. आई नो यू गाइस कैन डू दिस. प्रेशर में और ज्यादा अच्छी खेलती है हमारी टीम, हमको पता है ये चीज. OG तो ये बहाना भी नहीं दे सकते कि बीमार थे. ये क्या अगेंस्ट में, अरे ये के सामने से निकल रहे हैं.
Schweppes got the high ground as well. This is still only stage 4 here, folks. Admino does get knocked though from Godlike and flushed. So it's only going to be 2.
गॉडल का भी भाई गया, फिनिश कर दिया. कहाँ फाइट हो रही है गॉडल की, किसके साथ फाइट हो रही है? गॉडल के पीछे से फ्लोरिया आ रही है, वो फ्यूरिया नहीं फ्यूरिया तो उधर है. फ्लैश टीम फ्लैश आ रही है. टीम फ्लैश ने उल्फ को भी देख लिया है. S2G के ऊपर डैमेज आ रहा है. बगी गई. ओह नाइस शॉट.
Spike in the heart rate of S2G as they try and make their way in. They did have to make that choice in the end. But moving in, they've managed to get 3 through. And into a position which is
मौली अंदर नहीं गिरा, अंदर गिरता तो फिर वो गया था.
Really super beneficial to their long-term prospects in the circle though, which is good. Not the same can be said for Nick the Galaxy, E-Arena, Flash, Ulf. These teams going to have to move when the time comes. So a good result, but if they keep getting picked apart with Razy
का 600 डैमेज हो गया है.
Hang on a minute, no, that was over the sky. So Horror are suffering. This solo.
OG versus गॉडल हो गई. गॉडल को एलिमिनेट कर दिया OG ने.
This is the replay of the 1v. I think 3.
Yeah, there we go. Yasser catches him out as he pops out the vehicle.
गॉडल को एलिमिनेट कर दिया OG ने. OG versus Godlike हो गई.
Use of that ridge line, Razy just picking apart Aula. Those mistakes, man, making it look easy there.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. Swaps out to the bayonet as well for the final moment. I wanted him to run it through there a little bit. That would have been the coolest.
Which eliminated Godel.
You know what? You're looking pretty cool already. Razy still with a knife fixed at the end of the barrel.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what Razy can do with it.
भाई यही तो दिक्कत है. अचानक से भिड़ गई दोनों टीम और वहीं पर वो हो गया पूरा कांड.
On top of the hill, doing a good job of applying that suppressive fire on these teams, trying to find a way into this next zone. Oh, Razy soaking up
एक और
the points as a solo here for Team
भाई किल चोरी कर करके ये इतने सारे पॉइंट निकाल रहा है वाइटैलिटी के लिए.
4 eliminations. He's weakened Horus' hold on this northern side as well, which I think is a really big factor here. With 4 players, Horus are basically unassailable. With 3, that's a different.
पीछे से पड़ी.
ओए Ulf could potentially have an opening road towards them if they don't go down.
OG, come on. Flash के against में fight हुई है. OG has been taking that kills. एक knock मिला है OG को.
If he gets spotted, all of a sudden you have to commit so much to one side of your hold for Horus instead of having a couple more sidelines available. And that's a massive benefit of having 4 players in a scenario like this. For Furia, it's going to help them a lot on the.
और finishes आ गए यहाँ पर. Finishes आ गए OG के पास और.
They can dance to the beat of their own drum into the rest of this game.
Godlike eliminated. हाँ मैं वही देख रहा था. OG versus Godlike हो गया था. Godlike eliminate हो गई.
Sleepy's going to have to leave that high ground position.
Yeah.
The long drop on in. Vehicle, see if he can go ahead and stay right up. He does.
Clean.
And you're gonna have to do another one.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Sticks the landing.
And that's a 10 out of 10 right there. Sleepy. Gonna go ahead and look to pick up his teammate possibly. Nope, never mind. He said, give me that crate. Meanwhile, big fight.
Nigma Galaxy versus NGX.
On the southwest side, as Hyunbin steps.
NGX versus NS. Nongshim के अगेंस्ट में फाइट हो रही है, बट पीछे से उसको फिनिश कर दिया. कौन आया पीछे से? E Arena. E Arena की थर्ड पार्टी हो गई भाई. OG अभी भी सर्वाइव करते हुए 7 पॉइंट्स वो लोग ले चुके हैं. यहाँ पर FN, NS, और S2G. NS के अभी यहाँ पर बंदा नॉक हुआ था, बट वो उनकी बहुत दिक्कतों में आ जाते हैं वो. ओए EA versus Nongshim. ओए 2 बंदों को ले गया. भाई Furia आ गई. Furia आ गई.
Ayala gonna have to switch weapons here. XZY just able to get the reload on the MK, but it ain't gonna be good enough. Furia with the 4th party.
ये बच गई इसी चक्कर में.
Up the fight. What a shot though from Hyunbin there.
भाई क्या किया उन लोगों ने ये के साथ भाई. ये कि उन्होंने पूरी दुनिया पलट दी थी अगर ये लोग नहीं आते तो. नाइस नेड. गई है. भाई आ गई. फ्यूरिया ऊपर आ रही है अब.
Down go Arena. 74 points now on the game. It's all really their closest competitors, but 2 of their players.
OG का एक प्लेयर डाउन है शायद. 2 के HP बहुत कम है.
These flushes certainly not just yet.
OG के प्लेयर तो दिख तो रहे हैं.
Sneaky beaky like it's Razy on the side with his ghillie suit. Trying to play it quiet, trying to play it smart, finding these angles.
वो देखो वो इस पे देखो मिनी मैप पे.
Playing it very, very quiet. Finds a little spot to hold himself in for now. But he's so dangerous. He's got that
दिख रही है. मुझे खत्म हो गई क्या?
Desert, not quite the best camouflage he wants.
Yeah, it's the green one. Not great.
It's the green one.
अबे यार.
But you know what? He's looking to get that green for his team.
मैं किल फीड नहीं देख रहा यार. किल फीड देखने की आज चली गई. मेरी किल फीड हमेशा बीच में रहती है. इनकी लेफ्ट साइड में रहती है.
Confirmations, some sneaky confirmations on some knocks. Soak up some points.
नहीं है आतंकी है. अभी है.
Silence up into the ridge line.
और वो भी एक 1v4 दिखा सकता है.
Completely hidden from Furia's radar right now.
क्लब चैंपियनशिप में AGL नंबर 1 पे है.
Operative word being right now.
Right now, and yeah, look at this silence. Gonna have to be silent here, but Razy, he knows something's up.
अगर वाइटैलिटी यहाँ पर जीत सकती तो कुछ हो सकता, बट अभी मेरे को लग नहीं रहा. मेरे को तो भाई ये अरीना बहुत खतरनाक खेल रही है भाई. ऑलरेडी फाइनल्स के अंदर इतनी लीड बना चुके हैं.
Up they go.
फ्यूरिया ऊपर जा रही है और जिगल नहीं छोड़ेगा. अगर
driving up the hill little by little.
I think Razy's going to get spotted here. Igor is going to run straight into it potentially. Ooh, maybe not. Darts back a little bit. They're waiting for the peaks. This negotiation on the north side is tense. S2G isolated right now on the southeast side of all of this, sort of all just playing in the same spot. Looks like they're trying to start to move out now, which I like. I think it's the right decision. And we've got solos from Aurora, solos from Ulf, as well as Orangutan. A tanky to go down, but does take a fair chunk out of Lost before he goes out.
Put some damage on the board. S2G looking to clean this up here. They definitely need to win.
6 पे आउट हुए ये लोग, मतलब 1 पॉइंट और एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा, तो 18 प्लस 8 26 26 पॉइंट्स. बट यार वही है यार, गॉडल वर्सेस ओजी जो हो गया वहाँ पे, वो मेरे को उम्मीद नहीं थी यार. मेरे को लग रहा था दोनों अलग अलग तरफ थी, बट होना तो था ही ये ऑब्वियसली.
You can see him. He is just holding that spot and starting to soak up some placement points here. Only 6 teams remaining.
The thing for Aura right now is that they know there's a solo on the north side, which gives them a little minor advantage if there's going to be a third-party fight between them and Furia. Raze's angle might not be known. S2G take a shot from Eren, who is their solo from Ulf. And Eren finds the flush as well. So S2G now down to 2 players. Jukes, there's a lot of solos here, but they aren't without their opportunity.
पीक नहीं कर रहा है एकदम भी,
sure.
तरफ वालों को ना दिखाई नहीं रहा.
If the timing ends up perfect for them. You can see nice shots.
ले, nice. S2G का एक बंदा गया, उसको ऑलमोस्ट नॉक कर सकता था.
So he's going to throw the pan there.
Yeah,
no.
that would have been nice. Take some of this. How about some of that? Long nade. Not able to get the finish. And it looks like S2G should be able to get the reses here. Does he have a Molotov for another nade? Because I mean, he has the high ground. He might have the arm to get there.
It doesn't look like they're going to go for it. The res likely to be coming through now. For S2G to keep themselves alive as 2 players. It's Razy that I've got my eyes on still from Vitality. He's got so far.
पता है. अच्छा ये तो पुराना वाला चैट मैं ही खुद कर पढ़ रहा हूँ बार-बार.
Igors has flexed out and is very close to Doc for Furia. That could be a dangerous spot if they're caught unawares. Oh, he's hopped out as well. Doc might just be able to get away with a free elim here. There's a nade in his hand. This is not where you want to be for Igors if he doesn't hear this pin. If he doesn't get out of the way,
एक ही बंदा है.
This might just be a free knock, but he's
Aurora और Vitality दोनों का एक-एक बंदा है. रेजी अभी तक जिंदा. भाई मैं तो यही सोच रहा हूँ कितना देर से जिंदा है.
Doc has to hold his little shack out in the open.
Silence and Furia just waiting for this fight to happen. These guys are going to wait up to the last second here. The zone is closing. Okay, Jiggle backing things up, and he goes right into Razy. Gonna have to make a play. Great headshot.
Oh, बच गए. Razy almost ले गया था. Almost ले गया था वो दोनों को.
That was the opportunity there. Jiggle stalling on the buggy slip, but just didn't quite finish off that spray. And the backup from Horror, of course, they did know he was there. As I was saying earlier, after losing a player to him was good news. Oh, another solo goes down. That will be the final solo out. So we are playing.
La Vitality भी गई, वो भी गए.
Furia in with a chance here to put that chicken dinner on the board. Same story.
Aurora और Vitality दोनों eliminated. Last 3 teams, like they said, 3v3v2. इनके पास बहुत अच्छी पोजीशन है, बट इनको आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. ओजी का क्या हुआ? ओजी लास्ट में आतंकी बचा हुआ था, उसके ऊपर S2G ने रश कर दिया, खत्म कर दिया. बट एक फिनिश पॉइंट मिलेगा शायद उनको, तो टोटल 8 पॉइंट मिलेंगे उन लोग को अभी, और वो 26 पे आ जाएंगे, मतलब नंबर 13 पे आ जाएंगे गॉडल के ठीक ऊपर. और गॉडल ओहो ले लिया होला को S2G ने. मिनी बड़ा स्कोप.
A really nice pick up there over onto the high ground, as well as Jiggle going down. Leaves Aura now.
दो बंद अब हो रहा है, एक लौता प्लेयर है, फिर से एक सोलो हो चुका है यहाँ पर. 1v3v2 है, 1v2v3.
For Horror, Sleepy, who has broadside on Lost, but he's not taking the shots just yet. I think Lost spotted him just before he ducked behind the ridge. And he has to drop down a little bit further to be a bit safer. Spots Lost, gets a headshot, but doesn't quite get that full-blown knock just yet. And then they roll. Finds his teammate, and maybe a 1 versus 2. But Furia now sat with their players rolling across the open zone. And Sleepy finds another. 3 players.
Bye. 5 finishes.
He's behind those trees. I don't think it's going to work. No, sorry. Brazil.
Furia को finally मिला वो chicken.
The chicken in here. And Furia fight back.
It's about time. We knew that chicken dinner was only gonna take a little while, and it helped to be just 2 matches here into day number 2. So Furia get the win, and the crowd is pumped up for their team here.
ऐसे की तैसी कर दी उन्होंने.
Huge win for the side of Brazil.
मेरा चार्ज भी कम हो रहा है. क्या करा? रूम पे जाना पड़ेगा, चार्ज पे लगाना पड़ेगा, ईयरफोन्स लगाने पड़ेंगे. चलो चलते हैं अंदर. एक सेकंड को माइक ऑफ करता हूँ मैं. माइक भी और कैमरा भी.
With Enigma Galaxy going down fairly early, a couple of elims on side for these teams, but that is going to put a dent in the gap, and that's exactly what you need to be doing.
Welcome back, Vixen. हम रूम के अंदर जा रहे हैं.
Every single game, the points we profit, that is one step closer.
Charge पे
to the
लगाना है.
That's exactly what it is right there. Nice play though from Sleepy to be able to get that 1v2 on S2G. Gets a couple more points on the board and some extra placement points as well. But you know what? The board is gonna be the leaderboard gonna be balanced out a little bit right now because, like you mentioned, top teams go out, teams in that mid pack start moving their way up. But I think that inequality is going to be coming right back, because guess where we're headed now?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a little bit toasty over on Rondo next, which is very, very exciting stuff. We've already seen, what was it, 2 1v4s, at least 1 1v3,
yeah.
A couple more, why not throw them in there? It's basically just what happens at this stage. But yeah, I mean, the Razy solo 1v3 on the north side there, beautiful. The impact he had also cannot be ignored. If 4 players were alive for Horror in those final circles, I think they win that.
Yeah.
Without Razy having that impact, it completely changes the dynamic. It allows Furia to be so much more free and easy on that western side. The suppressive force of Horror on that north edge is so much assuaged. So I think that is a very, very important part of that last game that maybe flew under the radar for a couple people.
Yeah, you got to be hyped up for Razy. 1v3, then finish in with a 1v2, and you guys got a 1v1, and watch the rest of these matches coming up in just a bit.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
आ गया गाइस, आ गया. I'm back. नहीं भाई, इधर वापस आ. I'm so hungry, and क्योंकि आज breakfast lunch सब मिस. तो बारिश में ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकते?
What's happening, everybody? Jackie Powers here, joined by 2 absolute legends of the Sidemen. We got Ethan and Toby in the building, just arrived in France. You enjoying your time at PMWC here at EWC, boys?
Absolutely. It's my 3rd year on the trot coming to this. So yeah, really excited to see what today's got on offer.
First time here in France, so actually we're really excited.
What, just generally first time?
No, not generally, for this in France. Normally it's like in Saudi, but here in France it's exciting.
You enjoying it though? Getting on with the vibes? Bit different, right?
Yeah, we got in early on the train this morning, so took a little bit of waking up, but I think we're into the swing of things now.
You always live
अरे कर सकते हैं, लेकिन जोर से बारिश हो रही है, बेचारे डिलीवरी को दिक्कत. यार नहीं करोगे तो कोई और कर रहा होगा. और भाई को पैसे चाहिए, तभी तो भाई काम कर रहे हैं. ऑर्डर करो, दादा वो लोग चीजें ला पाएंगे.
That's what we do. That's what we do. PUBG Mobile. We've got a bit of a different vibe on the go. I know you love a bit of PUBG Mobile.
Ram ji. Welcome to the stream, Jahaji.
I haven't caught any glimpses just yet, but they're going crazy as we speak. We've got a little glimpse of a screen up there, and I can't wait to watch some of it.
It's going to be big. I think we've had a lot of interaction from the fans this event, which has been cool. A lot of different nations. It's been super loud. We've had drummers. We've had like cymbals. Mate, I've seen instruments I've never seen before.
I thought it was a football game. I heard it. It was crazy. I can't believe there's drums at an esports event.
It's unreal.
They've kind of been getting sick with it too. One of our commentator talent basically used to be a drummer.
Oh,
so he's been sat there every game, mate. He's watching in the background. I just want to get involved. I want to teach him a new beat.
He's loving it. He's loving it.
You any good on the instruments yourself, pal?
Me, no. So Jizzle, however, he has an own producer back in his day, you know.
I dabble.
Hey, we got to get you in there. We could cook something spicy up with the fans.
No. It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Anthem? Come on.
I don't quite have the same rhythm as I used to. You know
it could be a nice time. We'll get that in for the next charity match, no? Maybe. That's what I'm saying. That would be sick. Look, it's going to be a good time. We've got about, all of today, so about 6 games overall today, and then tomorrow we go into the final finals, last 6 games. We got some big orgs here, boys. Camera. You got like 4 fries.
Inbuilt camera hai laptop.
Vitality, legendary esports orgs, right? Orangutan as well. They've come in.
So I'm using a MacBook.
Orangutan. Come on, orangutans. Listen, this ginger bearded beast.
My orangutan.
Yeah, come on. I've got any orangutans.
Oh, mate. I hope they do you justice.
Yeah,
they've been looking good, honestly. They've been looking good. So we're saying orangutan chicken dinners all the way.
Let's go.
All right, let's see what happens.
Chill reborn, chuck mein aa gaya. Oh, welcome to the stream.
Before we send this one back.
Up to EWC, up to PUBG Mobile.
Next hoga.
We'll see you later, guys.
Nice, bro.
Thank you,
yeah, bro, but
I
would prefer my real setup actually.
And so do we. Joined by Lace,
but abhi mera khud actual setup yahan hai nahi.
7WG, but we gotta talk about Furia, that last match. The Brazilian aggressiveness was there in point. Did they show it?
Didn't they just? I'm so excited. Furia's back. Let's all jump.
और बताओ की चाल और की हाल क्यों हो रहा है?
Okay, my show now. Furia, right? Furia was on top of it. I really enjoyed how they were actually able to play that so well, right? You've got the duo of Alaya? Yeah. Ayala. There we go, I got it. Yeah. Ayala and Silence, both of them just coming in onto that third party against Nongshim. Then over on the PA,
BGMS भी चल रहा है, भूल गए क्या? BGMS चल रहा है, कहाँ चल रहा है? किधर चल रहा है?
The western side, making sure that Furia couldn't making sure that S2G couldn't go around to the south side, but also pressuring Hora to actually push into S2G at the same time. Very well played. Good control of the teams, good control of the zone, and the timing was really good. They brought it, they backed it up with firepower as well. You see,
like, I used to stream on
19-point game is exactly what they needed.
I just absolutely love the fact that they sort of, like you were saying, they had that sort of western side of the mountain. Hora had such a great
I was not getting that well of an
So I was getting a little bit scared in the I guess final moments because that zone closing in pushes them off the mountain. But
yeah, एक बार मेरा setup मैं अपने साथ लेके आ पाऊँ वापस. So like my setup is back home. I'm not at home anymore.
And then
I plan to go back home.
When they obviously descent down the mountain, Sleepy comes down the mountain further through this and just cleans it up easily. Their timing today, just why are we Furia fans? Just backing you up. That was just such a smooth play from them. And when we're used to just seeing them get in a vehicle, charge down, whatever, this is more strategic and smart from them. Very exciting.
I was scared for Furia though. I thought we were going to see some drive-bys that we ended up seeing from them yesterday.
BGMS is on kick. हाँ, मैंने सुना था kick is the official BGMS partner.
More prop scale because they had a 3-1 split on that mountain that ended up working out perfect, especially when the circle didn't go their way.
There's multiple facets to it, right? Horror, when it comes to them controlling that kind of mountain, La Cabrera is somewhere they oftentimes go to. They've actually abandoned that and gone to Valdemar on most of these Miramars. They had to abandon their loot phase quite early to make that extreme wide rotate based on those sort of shifts that were going north to get onto that mountain fast. And I think they really understood how to hold down on that location well, to the point where they were having to deal with certain circumstances that they didn't want to have to, like trying to cordon off Ulf as they're trying to move forwards as well. So a very impressive game here by Horror, absolutely.
It is. S2G as well, being able to collect some points in this last match too. And one team that was able to collect even more points that definitely needs them, Orangutan. collecting 7 eliminations. It's something that we've been wanting to see out of this squad, being able to frag out a little bit more. I know yesterday we saw the passiveness out of OG that we're so used to seeing, but being able to just bounce back. And it's actually not Aru by himself. It's Atanki coming out with 3 eliminations.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I think in the group stage we saw more from WizGod than from Atanki, but he's coming in really, really nice. Aru, the IGL, also stepping up as a fragger as well, which is really, really nice
बहुत
to
अच्छा
see.
खेल रहे हैं यार ओजी वाले 3 finishes तो उन्होंने निकाले हैं दोनों ने, बट उनको थोड़ा और सर्वाइवल और वो सब देखना पड़ेगा.
Getting that momentum on the Miramar is like 7 eliminations on a Miramar already. What's Rondo going to be holding in store for them?
Feels weird that we're doing Rondo, not at the start of the day.
It does, doesn't it?
But anyway.
It's like, okay, well, mid-day.
Mid-Rondo.
Mid-Rondo. It's a
बोलते
mid-Rondo.
मेरे कैमरा का. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. It reminds me when we used to have Sandhog at the halfway point.
Oh yeah.
Where teams.
Okay, enjoy your watch
that
party. I have to complete some of my college and SEM project. Bye. Okay, Jaji bhai, zarur aana वापस से दोबारा. And yeah, for now I will be continuing my watch party. थोड़ा देर के लिए तो. मेरे को थोड़ा बाहर भी हल्का फुल्का जाने का.
Especially when we're looking at the Miramars. But going into Rondo, we saw what they were able to do yesterday, and I'm hoping that Aurora is going to be bouncing back here.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, right? I actually do think that there's definitely been lulls in some of the performances internationally as well, and obviously this team for a long time, when we were that alpha gaming, etc., and things like that, everyone was hoping that eventually they'd hit it big, eventually be able to get one of those big titles. Actually, coming into that day one, I thought to myself, wait a minute, is this the time? Is this the time Aurora Gaming actually finally makes it happen? Because they were able to be up towards the top. They've slipped a little bit, especially with the arena looking as well as they have done so far. But there's still a chance. There's still hope.
Yeah, for Aurora right now. 34-point gap, so I am hoping that we're going to be seeing some insane gameplay out of them, especially going into Rondo. We have seen
Squad
the
SVP
arena
join
put up
कर
29
लेना.
eliminations.
Jahaji.
Can anybody
Yes.
get even close? We
So
saw
by the way,
the
आपके नाम
aggressiveness
को
out of
इतना
Furia
spam
with the
क्यों
third
करते हैं
parties
आपके
too.
सालों?
But we got to talk about Enigma Galaxy been performing well as well. And what I really enjoy about Enigma Galaxy so far is the way that they've been getting those placement points outside of their win. You can see them being able to be consistent.
Exactly. They've got 14 placement points outside of that win, so
Is
they
there
are
any position
really
of
making
vacancy
sure they
for
hit that
passport? Ask me
podium
for my
time and time
resume.
again, backing it up with eliminations. And again,
कौन सी
this is
field
something
में
that
bro,
I
by the
saw
way?
yesterday from Enigma Galaxy is their timing is on point. Coops is back in his prime, it feels like, and the whole team is rallying around that. So the timing is really good. The synergy is very good. They're holding, they're waiting, they're making other teams play for them instead of doing all the dirty work themselves. It's a really, really nice control
अरे हाँ
play
मेरे को
that
उसको
we're
charge
seeing
पे
from
भी तो
Enigma,
लगाना
and it's
था. मैं
working
charge
out
पे लगाना
beautifully.
भूल ही
I mean,
गया.
I
अभी
just want
कितना
to quickly touch on Oz because we were a little bit worried about them at the start. We're like, what kind of
25
aim do they have
और
going
और
forward?
ऐसे
It's
कर
good,
सकते
it's
हैं हम लोग
wins,
उसके
it's
बाद charge
stats,
पे
it's
लगा
not,
लेंगे.
it's dropping. That one off the vehicle send. They're actually in like a
Godlike
2-2
और
split
OG
hold,
last
and they're
position
like,
में
what
कौन
do we
आएगा
do?
उसके
Let's
fight
take
कर
the
रहे हैं
vehicle.
अभी.
Let's wedge Tiamba up against that and able to sort of decimate that entire squad.
Engineering.
Obviously, the rest of the team sort of joined in that
Engineering?
position, but look, they're
Okay,
making split
but,
decisions quickly when that moment comes. Is it bad that these decisions have to be made incredibly quickly because
Like
they didn't
code
plan it out
engineering,
beforehand?
software
Little bit, but look, they can capitalize on it.
It is. One team that I'm going to be looking to hopefully
CS मेरे CS बोलोगे तो मेरे को counter strike आता है भाई दिमाग में. Cyber security.
It's going to be none other than Tiamba. Tiamba has been
क्या हाल चाल?
quite
Yo
slow
Rashid,
today.
welcome to the
We've
stream.
seen them just going
बहुत
down
बढ़िया
that
हाल भाई.
ranking, and
आप
it's a
बताओ
team that needs to be
आपका
able to
क्या
bounce
हाल है?
back because guess what? Yesterday it was all about eliminations. Yes, they do end up having some placement points, but it wasn't of the likes that we know they're capable, especially with what we saw to survival.
Yeah, Milu and QZZ have looked fantastic throughout the entire tournament, right?
Okay,
and
engineering
Milu
from
really rose to the
comparison.
occasion after QZZ was able to
Understandable.
get
That is
title
more
in previous internationals.
understandable. Makes
I
more
do
sense,
think
yeah.
that, yeah, it's been a bit of a slow start for them, but regardless of that fact, there's definitely an opportunity for them to get back to fragging power, fragging potential that we've seen from them in the past.
I'm just looking at Coops right now. He's locked in. Raouf just going around, circling his chair. Satan as well, but Coops. It's all about Coops right
Bye,
now.
bro.
Hopefully
See
somebody
ya.
else will be able to step it up from that team.
Discord
As
पे
we're gonna
DM
be
drop
going
कर देना.
into Rondo, so
There
hot
might
jukes.
be few
John Allen,
things going
take
on.
it away. What is Satan looking at?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're headed into Rondo. The match
Oh, Rondo.
puts some
लगातार तो Miramar हुए थे ना, इसलिए शायद मैं बोर हो गया था.
on the board. As if Miramar wasn't crazy enough already, it's about to get even crazier.
Maybe it's just something about the start of the day, Jukes. Maybe it wasn't Rondo all along. It was just the first games. Maybe this will be the calmest Rondo we've ever
ये
seen.
change करते ना mic.
They brought that
OBS
Rondo
crash हो
energy
जाएगा.
off the rip, right?
Yeah, they're used to it. Fresh off the breakfast, ready to find their dinner. And that is what we're going to be looking
Fresh
to
off the
find here for
breakfast,
one of our
ready to
teams.
find
It
the
will be
dinner.
the
ये
case
क्या था?
maybe a massive early game. We saw it from Milu yesterday, huge, and the rest of Tianba as well. Huge start to the day yesterday. Not quite as powerful.
ये भी चार्ज कर लगा देता हूँ ऊपर से. पानी भी पीना चाहिए, सिर्फ मॉन्स्टर नहीं.
And if you're an arena fan, you're hoping that they can continue to make their strides forwards and keep that white rabbit chase going.
Gotta be able to separate yourself from the rest of this lobby, and if you're gonna do it anywhere, it's Rondo, that's for sure. I mean, we've seen a 39-point game in this tournament. Oh man, well that turned things around from. Look at team vitality though, averaging, 4.33 elims per game, 1,000 damage. It's a great average here. The thing is if you want to win that $500,000 at first place, become the champions, you got to do something special consistently.
मजदूर
कौन
किधर कुछ खाओगे बताओ मैं ऐसा कुछ तो नहीं मैं तो सोचा था भी जाऊं अगर मेरे को कुछ खाना है तो मेरे को उसके लिए जाना पड़ेगा I'll have to go मेरे को सिर्फ वो एक ही चीज खानी वो वाली मेरे दुकान पास अपनी दुकान के पेरी फ्राइड
In general, when you're talking about podium competitors, you're talking about teams who are looking to get about 10 points average. 10 to 12 points average tends to be where we see at the end of these game sets the first place type scoreline being. That generally
1 second, guys, 1 second.
Performing at the level that's needed to rise above the rest. So hopefully our teams will be able to keep that on side and being able to get, as we were seeing, sort of mid 4 elims average. Being able to complement that placement points is very important. There are a couple of teams who have a distinctly higher average on those elims than others, but
Face red ruby eyes लेके चलो मेरे को भी ये कौन सा इमोजी है देखो तो अच्छा चलो let's go I am ready ready steady go
you can see these players are locked in they're focused they understand what's at stake here just how important Rondo is for your total tally you only play it 3 times in this whole finals
Rondo ये मैप जिसमें ये एक कमाल करके दिखाता था यहाँ पर भी ऐसे कुछ
6.3 average from Tianba
लेके जा फिर से वही आपको इतना आना पड़ेगा
a night and day difference from their group stage performance
लेके जाने के लिए तो रुक जाओ
we know and love we expected them to do very well here and it's only a matter of time. I think they get that right position going, and then we see them get that chicken dinner.
I mean, we want that survival stage, Tianba, right? Yeah. To be able to jump up and compete with the very best. Furia fresh off of their chicken dinner. Their numbers
Rock Clash है OG का और Godlike का फा. हाँ, are you sure?
Storyline just yet, but it is a great start for them to be able to add that one to their tally. And again, it's a real great mental boom to these teams to be able to find a high-scoring game and to be able to close out that game. Sure, maybe the point swing isn't huge depending on how many seconds into those final circles you last, but I feel like there is nothing more relieving than finding that chicken dinner, than converting it. Even if you ignore the 4 extra points you get just on placements alone, it is a massive mental fortitude booster. And you need to keep your head on straight because you are going to get into something crazy very early on. I know it, I love it, it's Rondo and it's ready.
It's ready, these players are hyped up, they're ready to go. Ready as well because man, this is just getting started. As the plane is taking off, we're headed to Rondo. Okay, we got a plane path action here.
Okay, so Neox Factory is accessible from the easternmost plane path, and to be fair, from the west one, but it's unlikely you want to go there because the teams in the east plane will hit the ground so much faster than you. It's much more likely if you're going to hot drop, you go to Yulin, and the same is true vice versa, right? Yulin is further along that plane path. What this is going to do is split these hot drops up. It's going to make them slightly less chaotic, Jukes, but more teams may want to go for them because of that.
Yeah, and those teams that normally like to go to Neox Factory, if you're in that other plane, you're going to be there late, so that's going to put you so far behind. So teams are
Clash confirm है पक्का चलो देखते हैं
make these decisions very quickly here
लेके चलो वरना नहीं आ रही
these squads are out top players right now
ये ऐसे कैसे होता है
16 eliminations
थोड़ा हमको थोड़ा सा और अमीर बनने दो
right there as well
Yeah, Scarface on those damage numbers as well, right on the heels of Milu. Look at that, only 20 damage points behind. We'll see if that changes very quickly into this match, because teams are now starting to touch down in towards Neox factory. They'll be grabbing those weapons. Yulin also will now be occupied, and things are going to get hairy quite quickly.
नहीं दिखा देता हूँ इससे अच्छा ये देखो ध्यान से.
Already taking a knock.
अरे ऑलरेडी एक फाइट भी स्टार्ट हो चुकी है. OG वर्सेस ये. OG वर्सेस ये की फाइट हुई है. यहीं पर पास में UNF भी है. एक फिनिश, एक पॉइंट मिल चुका है ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर OG को. OG ने एक एलिमिनेशन निकाल लिया है. ज़्यादा डैमेज भी उन्होंने नहीं लिया है. दूसरी तरफ यहाँ पर भी देखते हैं. ओ कम ऑन, AKOP इसको भी लेके जा सकते हो. You get one more elimination. Oh, lovely वहाँ पर पीछे से उसको पड़ते हुए. There they go. Knock and another elimination. Lovely.
And that's what happens, is that if you're just so used to dropping in one particular area, switching it up here, sometimes those little angles can catch you off guard.
Drop shot. But आपने तो वो जो Godel बोला था.
Putting in the work here.
यहाँ पर 3-4 टीम है.
They're on the side of Wolf, who does see Aaron. Now we're gonna switch on over to another fight. Here goes Furia.
गॉडल के भी भाई दो प्लेयर की एचपी, एक शायद एलिमिनेट हो गया, एक की एचपी बहुत कम है, एक एलिमिनेशन उन्होंने निकाला भी है. गॉडल के भी वहां पर फाइट होते हुए. बोरा के बंदे सामने आ रहे हैं यहाँ पर फूरिया की तरफ बढ़ते हुए धीरे-धीरे.
Remember, the recall towers here in Rondo allow teams to get their players back up and alive, so early fights are the norm. Silence rolling around the edge of this corner, trying to suppress Sleepy, but the UMP in hand.
अमीरों के प्राइवेट जेट भेजेगा तुम्हारे लिए. Yes, exactly. अरे पुकी, welcome to the live stream. Thank you. Thank you for the mango lassi. मेरे को ये वाली चैट बंद कर दो, प्रॉपर वाली चैट.
There's a re-engage around the corner.
Chief would have had that, but he ran out of ammunition. Now he's going to have to make a play. Ayala there with the assist, and great work for the side of Furia. They're going to go ahead and take out Aura, put some early points on the board, and they should be able to pick up Silence here. Now they're going to start laser focusing towards the side.
Puki bhai, welcome to the stream.
Creeping in on this one. A little late to this third party, and now they're going to have to battle a pretty kitted and well set up Furia.
अच्छा नहीं, चारों बंदे जिंदा थे गॉडल के भी. ओ भाई, उसकी एचपी इतनी कम थी कि दिख नहीं रही थी. चारों बंदे जिंदा है. लेट्स गो. या फिर रिकॉल हुआ है? रिकॉल हुआ है ना?
He's been popping off as well. I think Ulf bore the brunt of a lot of damage pouring on their way. See some elims coming through from Orangutan. Doing bits, but okay. Ulf may have a little bit of vengeance here. As Aaron is still in the firefight. Tianba with their position on the south edge.
लेट हो गया. पता चल गया. ये नहीं करना था भाई, थोड़ा पहले मारना था, वरना ऐसा क्या फायदा. नॉन्गशिम रेड फोर्स यहाँ पर फुल पावर में है. उन लोग को अपने प्लेयर को बचाने आया है. ठीक है. फिर इट मेक सेंस. Tian versus
Oh! Catches QZZ with the spray. Just keeps that suppressive fire on that window, catches him on the re-peek. Great turnaround there. Two superstars battling it out. Now Tizzy. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Peek back. These angles. Nongshim Red Force so good at these.
Knock to kiya hai.
Man, and Hyunbin putting in the work, forcing Tianba to have to do a full res on their team.
OG आ गई.
Nongshim Red Force with 2 elims. They're up to 4 now.
रिटर्न में उन्होंने खुद को नेड मारा है क्या?
Sidling on into the fight. Tizzy using the bus's cover. There's a nade from a tanky, but the pin goes back in. And Aaron, the solo left in the situation for Ulf, is going to find the backlines for Orangutan and slow their approach towards.
पीछे से खा गया भाई OG का एक बंदा. 3v4 हो गया. यहाँ पर जो दिक्कत हो गई.
Just live a little bit longer, but a tanky keeps the pressure up.
सेकंड पुलिस आतंक की फॉर्म में आ गया है. Let's hope, let's see. गॉडल किधर है, क्या कर रही है? पूरी गॉडल घुस रही है फाइट में, यहीं पर आ रही है. गॉडल भी यहीं पर आ रही है.
And gets peppered only a little bit. Pulls the pin again. And you can see they're utilizing those doors so well. But how about that nade? That one looks good. Tizzy jumps away from it once again. He's not falling for that one.
I like the attempted utilization of the smoke to stop the vision on the nade arc as it was coming on through. But Tizzy read that one nicely. Knew exactly what they were going for. That nade doesn't connect either. Still has a couple more. The shotgun around the corner.
Nice.
For it. Wins the trade. And immediately Aaron
उल्फ ने पीछे से वो कर लिया.
He's up to 3 elims there on the inside. This guy's doing bits. The rest of Ulf are happy to hang out near Danqing.
4 एलिमिनेशंस हो गए ओजी के. गॉडेल का 1 है. ओजी के भी चारों बंदे जिंदा है फिलहाल के लिए. ये रिवाइव हुए थे ना शायद. दोनों की फाइट भी होगी. गॉडलाइक वर्सेस ओजी. नहीं वही तो नहीं चाहिए. दूसरी तरफ घूम जाओ. गॉडलाइक चले जाओ दूसरी तरफ.
Now you can see T24 trying to find some angles here. Zypha, ooh, quick shotgun here. He's got the right hand priority. He should win this. He does.
Nice.
And now, oh, shots happening.
गॉडल ने एक और वहां पर फिनिश निकाल लिया है. उनका शायद एक बंदा एलिमिनेशन हुआ है या नॉक हुआ है फिर से. समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या पूरा ही एलिमिनेट हो गया क्या. कितनी कम एचपी है. आई एम नॉट श्योर व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली गोइंग ऑन बट कुछ तो खतरनाक चल रहा है. और इस तरफ में पुकी भाई आग लगा दे रहे हैं चैट के अंदर. पुकी भाई वेलकम टू द लाइव स्ट्रीम अगेन. एंड 4 थ्राइव्स यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं. उनका भी एक प्लेयर एलिमिनेट बट साथ में उन्होंने यहाँ पर 3 बंदों के एलिमिनेशन ले लिए. एक के बदले 3 ट्रेड तो थी भाई. बजा दी उन्होंने उनकी बीन. और अब अरोरा वर्सेस गॉडेल.
Only one player is completely down. I think that's about to change as well as Admino gets back to his feet. Aurora with top. The man only needs the one shot to take
top.
Salme, and now he wants more. S Power with the nade, can't quite connect on towards top, but he spots him running up. Has the nade cooking. This could be perfect. Needs it over the top. A lot of damage. And the
nice one. S Power है भाई वो.
Great work from S Power there, right? Just staying calm, collected. He had that nade locked and loaded. Just goes, chunks it, and just uses his weapon to take down.
Guys, यहाँ पर इस मैप पे रिकॉल टावर्स में जाके रिवाइव कर सकते हैं क्या. एक बार अपना प्लेयर वो जो था वो मर गया है. ओ या आ गया गॉडेल का वो बंदा है. था कहीं गया नहीं था क्या. वापस रिवाइव होके आया है ना.
You know what? Why don't you guys do us a favor? Get in game and go ahead and pop some of the lucky spins right now. Hopefully you can get one of those exclusive 2026 PMWC tournament sets. So you can be styled and looking good. Like
One revive. ठीक है. मतलब अभी कर सकते हैं ना ये लोग रिवाइव. मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा. रिवाइव उनके खत्म हुए हैं. क्या चल रहा है. मैं कंफ्यूज हो जा रहा हूँ. ओह बच गया.
I'll hold the stairs for a little longer.
Hot foot away from that doesn't take a tickle.
वो सर्कल के बीच में वो एक सर्कल सा क्या बना हुआ है जहाँ पर वो ऐसे बिजली सी चमकी थी 1 सेकंड के लिए जो अभी चली गई. वो उससे ये पता चलता है क्या कि अगली जोन वहाँ पे जाएगी. ढोकला मंगवाली और गुड़ वाला रसगुल्ला. गुड़ वाला रसगुल्ला. ओके जैसी आपकी मर्जी. मैं ये खा रहा हूँ. ये खाता हूँ.
Holds the corner, but yeah, there's a third party angle. Well, a second player on the opposing team.
Hey, एक और ले गया ओजी को. Come on.
That should be against.
राउंडो में गेम चेंज हो जाएगा क्या guys?
Go for the recall on the forward position, so that you can bolster that and let the back.
Vehicle disable. अच्छा मतलब उसमें जो भी vehicle होगी उस सर्कल के अंदर वो disable हो जाएंगी.
And they were like, nah, not today. There's money on the line here. We gotta make this happen. Now looking on over the rest of the fight though, we got Vitality end up holding a building here.
Oh, crazy.
Some shots on over to Enigma Galaxy. Satan trying to drive away, trying to be able to survive here. Lowered in the same position. Enigma Galaxy on the full.
रसगुल्ले मेरे को सिर्फ ठंडे वाले अच्छे लगते हैं. वो गुड़ वाले तो एकदम भी नहीं.
End up getting caught and eliminated.
Very messy now on the western side of this
क्या
circle.
व्यू है.
A lot of teams forced.
ये हमेशा ही अच्छा व्यू मिलता है रे मेरे यहाँ पर. मेरे को वो वैसे बादलों के बीच में ये पोलो सी बनी हुई है. एक बादलों की पोलो. पोलो वाली नहीं होती वो कैंडी. पोलो बना हुआ है ऐसे.
Looks like Godlike may have their forward position on one recall as well, I believe. So they could look for that. Actually, it might be E-Arena who have got control of it out on the east side. In the meantime, 4 thrives with their 3 elims so far.
बच गया भाई ढोल.
Have a position near Yulin.
You can see these teams just starting to get set up here, getting ready for that late game. This is so critical. This is the map to put some points on the board. OG have 5
ये पक्का अपने इंडियन ही बजा रहे हैं.
Aurora have 5 as well. So a great start for a few of these teams. Now it's about how you're going to end.
ये कुछ और है.
Enigma Galaxy down Satan on that rotate. They do end up finding a spot in this next zone.
ये तो ड्रम्स जैसा लग रहा है. ढोल नहीं. ये कुछ और है. वो स्टार्टिंग में ढोल था.
But we never know where this next circle is going to go.
I mean, Ulf really have got a brilliant position here. They've had a while to establish it as well. On the hilltop that they have so much
We are
control
done.
over the
कहाँ?
surrounding
किधर?
area. They have vision every single direction. Everybody else just trying to play in their shadow at the moment. Arena managed to push it from the east side. And 4 Thrives continuing their hold on the
OG versus Godel होते हुए मेरे को नजर आ रहा है.
Doing a little bit against Alula. Godlike suffering once more at the hands of Orangutan. And the Arena actually pushing up to try and third party split that fight on the north edge and maybe hound down Godlike.
Godlike trying to hold on here. Southern shift. Yeah, indeed for a lot of these teams. S2G, 4 Thrives, E-Arena, not liking that one. Now there's Godlike. But Fudia, they'll take that all day long.
उधर पीछे 100 में इधर और एक Godlike का प्लेयर किधर. 2 ही बचे, 2 गए.
That's going to be the team they're going to have to fight because Aurora's going to be pressing into that hard shift side location. Tianba, QZZ knocked. Doing a great job of being able to throw down those smokes very, very quickly here to try to pick up their superstar player. Coops trying to catch some shots into those smokes.
पागल की बात नहीं है मतलब. मान्या recalled.
That coverage for just a little while longer.
Just a moment longer. Right now, I think that, yeah, we've only seen 3 players really fully confirmed to not be
3v अभी भी 3 बंदे हैं Godlike के. OG के 4 हो.
A lot of recalls coming on through. Almost everyone in the lobby getting back to their feet. Damage going over towards S2G from Coop, but not quite fully connecting.
He's locked in today, man. I mean, those shots were on point. He was hitting for the little slight angle that he had. He was getting serious value. You know, Tianba's locked in as well. They're just trying to get themselves in a good, solid position. They're in 4th place, 48 points. Not a bad start. Arena with 75. They're the big threat in this lobby. The Thai squad looking really solid.
Oh yeah.
In the Rondo. 1 elimination.
ये ब्राजील वाले लोग गाना गा रहे हैं ये वाला.
They do have a position on the eastern side of the circle. Aurora right on top of them though. Let's see what they decide to do here.
I mean, they are certainly alive on this side of the circle, but between Aurora and Ulf, it is a difficult position to try and hold down.
Vizla भाई आपकी वजह से GF बन गई. Oh, मेरी वजह से.
Oh dear, the flames already licking the
कैसे?
there. And that is going to be an unhealthy vehicle. Not really.
मेरी नहीं बनी मेरी वजह से तुम्हारी कैसे बन गई? What?
But they are safe for the time being next to these 2 teams.
बताओ भाई हमको भी क्या किया ऐसा तुमने जो हमने बोला. थोड़ा हमको भी पता चले जरा.
Have a difficult time moving in as well. Either they could swing out into the blue zone very, very quickly now and try and rejoin Rita. But if you do, you're basically committing to going down in the next zone.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work out.
Yeah, for sure. And Ida need to have a monster here if they want to be able to get themselves into serious money.
Gun God bless me. Hey, Gun God से.
2nd place. Down a player. Lord going to be using some forming to put himself into a safe position. This is still super early.
कौन पटा ली तुमने?
Rondo. Rondo starts off so aggressive, starts to slow down here in the mid game as teams solidify their locations. And then it's
मेरे को भी ज़्यादा Gun God खेलना पड़ेगा लगता है. बहुत कम खेलना हो रहा है और ज़्यादा खेलना पड़ेगा. MP वाली है.
That's going to be huge for these teams, and it does favor the south side.
वाह जी वाह.
Okay, I mean for Aura, this is great news for them. Their west side is fairly free and clear.
अब मेरे को पता नहीं MP से कौन
opts to regroup on the south
सही
side,
है.
which I'm not entirely sure about.
यार मतलब I am happy for you.
Very difficult approach from that angle. S2G trying to make the approach that is probably in Ida's future. Finding out how
आपको bots नहीं मिलते, इनको तो पूरी बंदी मिल गई. क्या बोल रहे हो Aquarius? जीजी पूकी भाई तुम्हारी स्टोरी तो हम फीचर करेंगे इंस्टा पे. तुम बताओ बस. कब कर रहे हो शादी? जी भाई दूसरों की बर्बादी खुद अभी तक शादी नहीं कर रहे.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of self-made there. I don't know if you saw that chain link fence at the top of it. Great nades though from Nongshim Red Force. Oh, it doesn't hit the mark.
2 साल बाद ठीक है. फिर हम भी डालेंगे स्टोरी. हम भी तुम्हारी सिनेमैटिक ऐसे वीडियोस ही बनाएंगे कि यार गन गॉड में भाई की GF बन गई है. बहुत सही यार, बहुत सही.
This is a dangerous fight, honestly. Like, if they take this fight, they're going to get third party.
I mean, all the fights now in the middle are dangerous. Godlike on the south side.
What happened?
Ooh, I think a vehicle explosion there.
टाइटल नेम गन गॉड ने बना दी जोड़ी. गन गॉड ने बनाई जोड़ी. जीजी ने बनाई जेजे.
I would have clocked that one. It was an explosion that came through. The nade just falls short of the deployable cover. They continue to not quite find the mark.
हाँ यार अच्छा यार
Sorry for
I am very happy for you.
They aren't quite
अब बस
connecting
ऐसे
here.
हमको भी
Not
दुआ
quite
दे
getting
देना
what they want
थोड़ी.
to get done. Orangutan try and crash into the middle against
Ooh.
S2G.
गॉडल भाई निपट ली क्या?
Actually, as S2G are going to go down fully. These recall towers are pretty much done and dusted. Only a couple more seconds to get them used.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to be able to use it here at this late stage. Especially if you already burned a lot of your
मुझे बुला लेना विजू के चक्कर में मैं वेट करती रही तो शादी का खाना ना मिलेगी. वाह ये भी सही है. ये भी सही है. ओ ओके सो नाउ यहाँ पर ये फाइट हो रही है भाई. वाइटैलिटी का इसमें ये है क्या? ये है क्या नहीं एफएल फ्लैश टीम फ्लैश इज गोइंग अगेंस्ट वाइटैलिटी एंड वाइटैलिटी यहां पर इन डेंजर एंड फिर से एलिमिनेटेड. भाई किसी ने तो बोला था कि वाइटैलिटी का डाउनफॉल आएगा. डाउनफॉल आ रहा है. क्या मानने को रिवाइव नहीं किया जा पाएगा? वो अभी भी वहां पर नॉक पड़ा हुआ है. इज ब्लीडिंग आउट. व्हाट इज गॉडन डूइंग करंटली यहां पर? मैं तो ये सोच रहा हूं. एंड ओजी भी यहां पर डैमेज खाते हुए मान्य हैज नाउ बीन फिनिश्ड.
Hopefully they can make that one work. Meanwhile on the south side you've got Godlike, Ita and Furia all looking for position. Yeah, this is a replay I think on how Tony K went down.
Yeah,
he ran into the buggy. Yeah,
well it was that cover flare that ended up busting up that buggy, and it was just inching it little by little and just did enough damage to pop it. So you gotta watch out where you drop those cover flares.
Hey, no harm, no foul. They're all alive, and that's what matters right now. Nade over the top, over towards Enigma Galaxy though.
शादी तो गन गॉड स्पॉन्सर
to fight down from this north side of their compound.
ठीक है, अब आप करो तो सही. गन गॉड का पता नहीं, हम देखते हैं हम कितना स्पॉन्सर कर सकते हैं. गन गॉड का तो गन गॉड वो बाद में देखेंगे. पहले आप शादी तो करो यार. क्या व्यू है.
Finally does get knocked to QZZ. There is an answer, a little bit of damage, and his fourth drive's chiming in for a third party from the west side.
QZZ getting caught out by Ulf. And now Milo getting shot in his back from fourth drives. Yamba now are fully pinched. You got fourth drives looking at one side, Ulf looking on the other.
कोई भी करे पनीर रखना और मेरे को बुलाना, ठीक है? पनीर नहीं भाई, पनीर नहीं रखना ना.
Gonna have to fight their way out of this position.
जो पीछे तुम देख रहे हो लाइट जो पड़ रही है, मेरे को सामने से एकदम पूरा वैसा ही वो आ रहा है. ऑरेंज पूरा एकदम बेस स्काई.
They managed to get a couple of elims.
नीचे ऑरेंज, ऊपर ब्लैक, ऊपर व्हाइट, फिर ब्लू.
Wrapping around that one, it takes so much wind out of your sails. You just don't continue that speed. You don't carry any momentum in towards the circle. And they found out all about it. Furia were a roadblock for them, and they may have dragged Furia down with them. But for Emre, he's now got so much to do, and he's going to crash probably straight onto Aura, and almost certainly going to go down here.
ये अच्छा था. पनीर चाहिए ही चाहिए. वेज प्लस नॉन वेज. हाँ भाई वेज रखना, वेज में पनीर मत रखना. नहीं तो नकली वाला सिर्फ विक्सन के लिए एक प्लेट. मेरी शादी नहीं करवाई. नाइस. टियान फाइनली गेटिंग दोस फिनिशेस. वो एलिमिनेशंस जिनकी उनको जरूरत थी. वन गाय. वो मोमो भी प्लीज. हाँ भाई मोमो तो चाहिए. मोमो चाहिए. और क्या चाहिए गाइस? पहले से सारी फरमाइशें रख दो अपनी. बेचारे मतलब वही है, घर बनानी मांगने वाले पहले आ गए.
Close to max range, I believe. Yeah, 393 meters there, Ayala.
Ayala and Furia are putting in work here. 10 points on the board so far. Right behind him is OG with 8. They definitely needed those points. And here comes Furia pressing in through the south side.
इसका न्यू नंबर भी चाहिए और आईजी सब.
Making sure that there ain't nobody near him.
Aurora with the western high ground as well, this mountain. Giving them a lot to work with. The position held previously by Aura, but they decided to commit instead much more central onto the west point of the compound. That sits central on this circle.
Vixen ने बोला. मैं बस रिपीट कर रहा
हूं. This position. I mean, it absolutely could be, given their position with 8 elims. They've got some brilliant oversight.
फ्लैश अच्छा वो कर रही है रे, ओवरकम कर रही है. टॉप 10 में पहुंच गए यार. ओजी के पास भी चांस है. ओजी के पास कितना? 26 plus 8, 34 points.
You're going to have to leave it at some point, and that is where things start to get a little bit muddy.
एक पॉइंट, एक पोजीशन ऊपर नहीं जाएंगे अगर प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट्स अच्छे नहीं मिले.
I mean, this is the spot to have. but it is quite on the edge here.
आगा तो जिंदा क्यों है फिर? अरे मुझे भी पता है रात को आप भी उसे कौन मैं किसको हेलो हम असली आईडी से चैट करते हैं
Sneaking it. A shot in around the sides of those silos, through the fences. It is pretty resible though for Fury.
अभी रिसेंटली एक बहुत ही क्यूट सी बंदी से बातचीत चालू तो हुई है देखते हैं किस तरफ जाती है
There's not a lot for them to try and work with. You could see just sweeping out to the west, it's wide open. You're going to need those cover flares, so it depends how many they've got in the back pocket. Create some of your own defilades with that destructible terrain. That's what they're going to be needing to do to control that north side. In the meantime, Furia still giving it large on the south side.
Doc.
वो मेरा एक्सेस
started to throw some nades in. They know they got to get moving here. They got those vehicles. They're smoking
though. और मैं भूल गई थी
उसका नाम. Does go down. That's huge for the side of Aurora. And Doc trying to drive very carefully, little by little. Oh, saw that crazy.
है ये कब हुआ विक्सित?
I got 300 rounds. I need more. I need that util. And he's gonna find at least another drink because he was out.
शादी और बच्चे देखने के लिए अरे अरे मैं फाइट देखने में चैट देखने में बिजी हो गया गाइस यहाँ पर अभी ईए का एक प्लेयर डाउन है उल्फ के जहाँ पर 4 प्लेयर सूर्या के 4 प्लेयर और के 4 प्लेयर होरा के 3 प्लेयर ओटी के 3 प्लेयर एनएस ओजी और गॉडलाइक आर गॉन ओजी हैज बीन एलिमिनेटेड 1 पॉइंट ऊपर नहीं जाने वाले वो लोग और उला यहाँ पर एक प्लेयर के साथ ईडा यहाँ पर एक प्लेयर के साथ ईडा रूला की तो और भी खराब हालत है भाई कवर मंगवा लिया है इन्होंने यहाँ पर
You start to get so much control, and with Aurora still able to use the high ground.
Sorry, but आपको पहली बार देखा था तो वो शादीशुदा लगे थे. हैं?
We'll be able to move in. Aurora also going to.
हैं?
Oh, beg your pardon. Have to move.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing though. This is Rondo, and if you don't got cover, you got to make your own. Use those cover flares. Use that terraforming. And make it happen. You can see Ulf with a good solid position that they've created for themselves. You got Aura on the other end trying to sneak some eliminations. No fear going to be laying down, trying to see if he can catch that pixel. He sees him.
शादीशुदा छोड़ो मुझे तो 2 बच्चों के बाप लगे थे सच में कसम
Aurora rotating back in towards the compound looking to extract
घुमा के उल्टे हाथ का देना चाहिए ऐसे एक तबड़ाक
will be spotted. Yol rattles him down. And the rest of the team answering with a volley of fire. Emre, by the way, from Ida, still alive. A solo who managed to sneak his way on through. I imagine Aurora should be aware of this position. But we'll see if they deal with it or if they allow him to sit there in their buffer zone.
अरे आकोस का मीनिंग वही था रे मैं बता रहा हूँ तुम लोग कुछ ज्यादा कर रहे हो तुम लोग आसमान में जितना अभी ऑरेंज कलर है ना उतना तुम्हारी जिंदगी में लाल कर दूंगा मैं बता रहा हूँ अरे मत पूछो यार पहले मैं स्टॉक कर रही थी लेकिन जैसे ही मैंने सबमिशन के साथ सोचा कि भक्त साला की करे स्टॉक मैं ब्लॉक कर दी थी फिर व्हाट्सएप में स्टोरी लगा मैं देखती और फिर मैं स्टोरीज भी देखने लगा ऑल द बेस्ट सेंसे सलमान खान बनने वाला भाई ये सब ना बोलो भाई देखो सलमान भाई भाई के बारे में कुछ भी सुने पहले बता रहा हूँ लाल तो उसके गाल थे हे तेरी तो अभी बनी है ना ये तू किसकी बात कर रहा है हैं
He's got that DP.
क्या रे?
Ammo in the tank and a big north shift comes through.
The circle goes up.
ऐसे ना होगी शादी?
And away from all of these teams. So all of them are going to have to start moving.
Almost वहाँ पर से नॉक कर दिया था. यूनमिन अच्छा यहाँ पर वो सर्वाइव करते हुए.
Getting into this next circle is going to be almost impossible.
ये फाइट अभी भी कुछ किसी भी तरफ भी आ सकती है. OTV अभी भी जिंदा है. ठीक है.
Who are in some ways stopping each other from being the best in the circle and therefore allowing teams from the south to have an opportunity if this fight concludes one way or the other, which I don't think it will, Jukes. Not at the moment.
भरोसे वाला निकला मैं तो तेरे भाव.
It could be pretty tricky for everybody else to march forward, but it seems like they found some sort of peace between the two.
Yes, that's the right play in all honesty. You gotta just throw the smokes in between, but like, guys, let's look down south. Let's get all these eliminations, fight each other later for first and second place, because, oh, this is a feeding frenzy here on the south side.
बताओ भाई पुकी भाई अब रखोगे पनीर किसे लड़का है लड़की है भाई मैं थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हूँ विक्सन लड़की है भाई
are putting in the work.
Auntie ji.
Up close and personal.
Take down E Arena, the lobby leaders right now, only getting 2 elims there, no placements. A nice result for the teams looking to chase. Ulf, though, in a little bit of danger as they try and sweep up from the eastern side and crash into 4 thrives. But with Cypher going down, with 2 players left, 1 player left in action, it's only IQ up on the north side.
Auntie ji pranam.
In the meantime, are sweeping up.
ओ फ्यूरिया यहाँ पर खतरनाक कांड करते हुए अरे अरे खुद को भी एलिमिनेट हो गया कहाँ से एलिमिनेट हुआ कहाँ से नॉक हुआ किधर से कौन मारा इसको भाई किसी तरफ से भी कुछ भी चल रहा है चारों तरफ से गोलियां आ रही हैं यहाँ पर कोई भी टीम 4 प्लेयर की नहीं रह रही है सिर्फ एनएस के 4 प्लेयर है ऑरोरा के 4 प्लेयर है बाकी सबके एक ही प्लेयर यहाँ पर डाउन होते हैं बहुत ही जल्दी मेरे को लग रहा है इनके भी प्लेयर डाउन होते लगे या फिर यही सबको डाउन कर रहे हैं एंड यहाँ पर एक और बंदे को यहाँ पर बुलाते हुए इड़ा भी गया ये लो ऑरोरा का एक प्लेयर बहुत ही ज्यादा कम एचपी पे बट अपने आप को हील करते हुए वापस से बैक टू 4 प्लेयर हो रहा का एक प्लेयर 40 को जंप करते हुए यहाँ पर मारने की कोशिश बट हो रहा विल बी एलिमिनेटेड एंड दैट वाज सच अ फास्ट एलिमिनेशन और ये जैसे यहाँ पर सामने आए इस बार एनएस नहीं छोड़ रही इस बार नोंगशिम बोल रही है ये मैच तो हमारा है बिडू ये मैच किसी को नहीं लेके देंगे आपसे तो छोटी ही हूँ
And he does go down. IQ, a solo.
मैं तो 15 साल का हूँ.
14 eliminations for Nongshim Red Force. 10 for Aurora. This is a big game. Anyway you cut it.
And it's going to be one of these teams that's going to win it. Who's it going to be? It's Aurora versus Nongshim Red Force. Yol gets knocked. That could be the opening volley. But Nongshim Red Force just going to hold that angle. So
दो
easy
teams.
catches top as well.
Oh?
So just knock
Yunmin को यहाँ पर knocked.
back and forth.
भाई कितने सारे फिनिशेस लगाए लिए भाई इन लोगों ने 14 फिनिशेस निकाल चुके हैं और अभी यहाँ पर चिकन के लिए ट्राई कर रहे हैं ऑरोरा का यहाँ पर एक डाउन है ऑरोरा के पास 8 9 10 11 11 ओह नाइस नॉक क्या वो फिनिश निकाल पाएंगे यस नाइस भाई ऑरोरा इज लाइक फुल पावर पे अभी तुम्हारी शादी पे तुम्हारी पत्नी को दिखाएगी बोल रही है
And it is fully covered off by Aurora.
Yeah, it's because Aurora is shooting some dang laser beams here at the end. The tiniest pixels, nothing but headshots. Nongshim Red Force, we know they got the gun skill to pay the bills though. Gonna have to battle it out with Aurora because Aurora are on fire right now. Now they have the numbers advantage as well, top with 5, and look at that. Nongshim Red Force, they're just stuck. They're stuck in this one spot. They are laying down, but Hyunbin evens out the battle with that.
भाई गड्ढा करके क्या मस्त घुसे ये लोग अंदर भाई और ऊपर से उनके पास यहाँ पर एक हाइट भी है वो भी वहाँ पर गड्ढा करके घुसा हुआ है सामने भी ये लोग गड्ढे पे गड्ढे किए जा रहे हैं ओह ह्यूनबिन को यहाँ पर एक और नॉक निकलते हुए
is taken down on the angle. That is resible, but it's going to allow them to move forward.
गेम तो 1 मिनट में पलट दूंगा
Making their way, making their
कैसे
approach here. Reefus don't dare step up.
Hyunbin is just an absolute beast with these laydown plays. Putting in the catches top. Hyunbin is on fire. Making it happen for his team. Applies that suppressive fire on Reefus. Reefus cannot afford to get knocked here. If he does,
क्या खा लिया Hyunbin ने?
He's got the MG3 from the crate though. Is it going to be enough? A lot of damage done to him. Ziol's been slowly bleeding out. There has been reses coming through or attempted to come through from Aurora. And they do manage to pick all 3 of their players back up on the forward. Ziol finally flushed. Reefus dying left and right with the MG3 barking loudly across the open ground, but he's not going to be enough. It's going to be the knock sent his way. And Nongshim Red Force
Knocks on top.
this an excellent goal. Moving forwards. They make
ले भाई नेडो की बारिश
they are just out of range. The nade goes forwards. Only top remains in the way. And the Molotov
और ये
burns
खत्म
him. Takes him down.
भाई क्या मैच था ये जब भाई वो एक कला है नहीं बताओ तो मैं बोल रही थी वो भी मेरे तुम खुद पहाड़ों में रहते हो और तुमको मैं पहाड़ी लड़का ढूंढ के दूं तुम मेरे लिए पहाड़ी बंदी ढूंढने वाली थी
From that location, it got so messy
जो अभी हम
around
खुद
those
ढूंढ लिए
silos. Those compounds really tricky, and it's got to be so disappointing for Aurora as well.
They don't lose those.
You shouldn't be losing those, no. It is really tough stuff. But the open ground was so difficult to get in and towards, with 4 thrives being in the way for Aurora. If they'd have been able to deal with that a little bit earlier, maybe they could have had more presence there and stopped Nongshim Red Force from getting as far as they did. But a brilliant oversight on the compound for Nongshim Red Force. The South Korean side managed to navigate that one brilliantly.
I mean, that was just, that's as fair as a fight as you get here, folks. I mean, I think out of all the fights I've ever seen,
तुम लोग मान नहीं रहे तो हमको भी थोड़ा बहुत झूठ बोलना पड़ता है ना, ताकि तुम लोग को भी थोड़ा hope दे सके हम थोड़ा और.
The Mongolian super squad? What happened? Hyunbin with those laydowns, making the plays, the pop-off, absolutely well-deserved. I mean, that was just disgusting.
Locking it in with the daps. That's what you got to do. You got
charge
to
भी लगाना पड़ेगा.
you get those chicken dinners on side and on Rondo no less with a big elim count. That is a breath of fresh air for Nongshim Red Force, hoping to get another global level title as well, to convert from their recent win.
Sneaky. I mean, Nongshim Red Force, when they won PMMI, they weren't on top of the leaderboards until literally the last game, right? They stole that tournament. And now in this Rondo, with that many points, ooh, these leaderboards are going to look dangerous.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Remember, E-Arena, Enigma Galaxy, again, going down a little bit earlier. That's going to close the gaps once more, and teams can start to catch up. It is looking level. And again, it's that marathon style that we've got on today with the 8 matches from the delays that we had yesterday. The 8 matches today are going to test these teams' endurance.
We still got so many games left.
I'm so excited.
This is just Rondo. We got 3 more Air Gales, 2 more Miramars. How's Aurora gonna roar back though? That's gonna be my question. You know, Doc, he did not like that one. They did not like that. Yeah, they were like, there's no way we get bad beat here. Hyunbin though, I mean, using that terraforming, you can just see for everybody out here that wants to be a professional player, these are the guys you got to look at here because, you know, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And Hyunbin, with those laydowns, applying those suppressive fires, predicting where they're going to pick those heads out, hit a few crucial knocks, and he won that for his team.
Absolutely, yeah, getting those picks.
माइक चेक माइक चेक माइक चेक. क्या मेरी आवाज आ रही है गाइस? एम आई ऑडिबल? क्या अब मेरी आवाज आ रही है? ला 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 ला. यस, चलो सही है. तो जैसे कि मैं बोल रहा था, हेलो रिफ्लेक्सर, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम. बहुत टाइम बाद दिखा तुम्हारा नाम हमको. कैसा चल रहा है सब कुछ? ये परफेक्ट. वो जब भी माइक चेंज करता हूं तो क्रैश कर जाता है ना पूरा का पूरा सिस्टम. वो ही इशू हुआ था, एक और कुछ नहीं.
Last year, 4 Thrives arrived at the PUBG Mobile World Cup with an entire country behind them. As the first Pakistani team to qualify for PMWC, reaching the world stage.
बहुत अजीब से हो गया यार बाल.
But once the match began, they proved they had not traveled there just to participate.
एक सेकंड रुक जाओ. मुझे तो ठीक नहीं लग रहा है बाल. अचानक से क्या हो गया मेरे बालों को? मोमो खाने भी जाना था यार.
4 Thrives finished second in the group stage, going directly into the grand finals and eventually securing 7th place in the world.
Last year, PMWC taught us to be more aggressive and more consistent to win this championship.
Their journey began at the PMGO Season 1 South Asia Finals, where they handled the pressure of playing at home and claimed the regional championship.
रुको एक सेकंड, मैं अभी आया.
That victory sent them to Jakarta for the PMGO Season 1 main event, where they would face teams from across the world. And on the opening day of the Grand Finals, 4 Thrives took complete control.
But IQ's down at D24. We're 1 versus 1. Weapon swap with the shotgun around his teammate. He finds it! He gets it done! And 4 Thrives!
After 6 matches, they had collected 3 wins and 82
आ गया
building a commanding
आ गया
After the 3 chickens on PMGO Finals day 1, our confidence boosted a lot. Like we didn't felt any pressure and we knew we are going to
There we go.
We had a big lead.
The second day brought a different challenge. Every team in the lobby was chasing them, and every mistake could reopen the championship race. They finished with 122 points, 77 eliminations, and 3 wins to become the PMGO Season 1 champions, securing their return to PMWC. Last year, they arrived as history makers. This year, they arrive as global champions.
Nothing has changed for us. Our hunger is still the same. Even you can say we are more hungry for this PMWC trophy. We are even more confident than before. We have more experience.
भाई को लगी भूख
That we can be the
बंदे नु लगी भूख
back-to-back global trophy.
4 Thrives have already shown that a Pakistani team can reach the world stage. Now, 4 Thrives head to the PMWC at EWC 26. Ready to prove that PMGO was not the end of their rise. It was only the beginning.
लगता है फिर से हेयर कट के लिए जाना पड़ेगा
I'm nading it, okay? I'm nading it.
क्या हुआ किधर
He's low. I don't have nades. That's it, he's low. I can drop a C4, wait. He's low, headshot. Nice. Last one on me.
Yes.
No, two. Nice. Let's go. Get the loot. Go left, guys. Please, go left.
One guy right, one guy left.
one guy right one guy left
They're 2 knocked. Zone will kick them.
Back over one, just left.
Last guy left. I'm running up.
ये लोग इंग्लिश में बात नहीं करते तो कर क्यों रहे
Time.
Behind the car.
Kitleyim ben. Risk atmayacağım.
मैं कंफ्यूज हूँ थोड़ा
Arıyorum Cema, full arıyorum. Mermim yok ama. Mermim kalmadı. Lan gidin vurun adana salacak. Nice oğlum. Nice.
ขวาตัวนึงซ้ายเราไปนอนอยู่
นอนตัวซ้ายเล่นด้วยกันนะใจเย็น
हाँ ये देखो ये हुआ ना
ไปกันวิ่งมาเลยต้นไม้หลังต้นไม้เจอมาลูกกู
สายกลาง
กดซ้ายกดขวาโอ้ยเฮียไม่วะ
This round would be
Next match कब है
just kickstart a bunch of the
अभी
teams
रैंगल
performing well in this first 2 Miramars, and one of them being Aurora, showing Kalaris one of the biggest throws that we have seen. They look so good until the end.
Everything was lining up so well. They threaded the needle down on the south to be able to get between Godlike and Furier on that rotation. And I thought to myself, they're playing it fantastic. They're being able to hold a position, cautious of where Horror was, and then maybe flex out on that west side. But Max, the fight against Nongshim, who played an amazing game as well on the other side.
रिफ्लेक्सर आते ही चला गया क्या
Paid too much on it because Nongshim Red Force had some insane shots. Hyunbin in particular, the way he was able every time to allow his teammates to push forward and he would cover them, but he wouldn't just be cover fire. He would literally tear down every single player on
कोई टीम है जिसकी किसी ब्लू और थोड़ी पर्पल है उनका लफड़ा हुआ लैंड पे
I'm not happy about
किसी और टीम में 7 कल कौन से लैंड पे BMPS
as you said, it was great rotations overall from Aurora, but the gunplay from Nongshim Red Force is what redeemed the game for South Korea.
And this is completely opposite from what we saw from Nongshim yesterday, right? Because we were talking about Hyunbin just being super aggro and going without his team, and all done the complete opposite of that today here, going
आज
I'll support you guys, I'll be that support
क्लिप देखी मैंने
I will let you guys go first.
I mean, it wasn't just this final fight for Nongshim Red Force.
AI
Taking player control, dealing with anybody coming from silos, fighting into the circles as well. This for Nongshim Red Force was a masterclass of control.
The fight with E-Arena especially.
Yeah, the thing is that fight on E-Arena was executed so well.
गाइस मैं सोच रहा हूँ 7 बजे स्ट्रीम बंद कर दूँ सोच रहा थोड़ा बाहर जाऊँ कुछ खा पी के आऊँ बाहर टीवी पे बैठ के दोस्तों के साथ मैचेस देखूँ लेट्स गो ऐसा करके और फिर माइनक्राफ्ट खेलूँ मैं ऐसा तो खेलता रहता यार मेरा कितना इजीली ग्रैंड मास्टर हो गया
They were in that compound, they were there for a long time, They were just kind of keeping away from E-Arena here, and then they just unleashed the beast. I mean, look at these eliminations coming in from each of the players, so even across the board, and they just are able to just turn up the heat, go, okay.
कितना मैचेस में ग्रैंडमास्टर हुआ मेरा? 60 मैचेस, 65 मैचेस, ऐसा ही कुछ। अभी तो मैं 5 स्टार पे बैठा हूँ।
One of the biggest question marks that we have had for Nunchim, especially in this last 2 days, have been those placement points, and for them to finally get over that hump, getting that chicken dinner, considering that the smash.
कितने पॉइंट्स हुए होंगे ओजी के? 34 पॉइंट्स तो हुए हैं जितना मेरे को याद है।
I'm loving it, seeing Hyunbin and the boys getting so many points on board. But before this game, right, the placement points were an all-time low. We just didn't see very.
आज नहीं कल। हाँ मतलब कल की क्लिप दिखी होगी। मतलब ये अंदर हुई थी अरीना पे एकदम, जहाँ पे सारी टीम्स बैठी है या बाहर।
Erin is your MVP of the game, and he had some really good fights. One of those onto 4 thrives, so good plays here from Erin that I didn't expect. I thought it would be definitely one play from Nongshim Red Force.
Well, Tizzy, the fact that he did 1,200 some damage from the parking bay. I mean, it's one of the highest spots in that circle. Never mind the silos that exist there. So it's a great spot to be able to have those engagements from.
No, it was very good indeed. And mentioning Ulfred, because they were in an altercation with 4 thrives, and looking at the circle, I was like, okay, well, Nongshim has everybody in town to deal with. You've got 4 thrives having to deal with Ulf, and so Aurora were able to actually just have the complete west side kind of to themselves, get that long range third party going, which is that's their MO, and that's probably why we saw them do so well. While they probably should have had that win, was they were long distance, they were able to have that long distance, put some distance between them and other teams. But for Nongshim, for them to actually third party over onto Ulf in the 4 thrives fight, just as 4 thrives were kind of getting cleared up.
NGX has something personal with Aida.
They do.
Aida has something personal with
they do. It's so true. It's so true. But Nongshim really showcasing how great their timing is and how well they can actually read the lobby, what's going on around them, and take advantage of that.
One team that we've been following as well, especially today, that has been starting to kickstart it, is 4 thrives. 4 thrives in this last match, they were controlling a lot of that north, but they were too split.
वीरू बोल रहा है Godlike winner with a chicken dinner next match. रोहन बोलता है what an intense match.
They were being pinned down. It's a very difficult portion of zone. I don't think we've seen it be played that much, and so when it's so open like that, it is difficult to try and have the control that you really want. But yeah, there were some changes that could have been made to that.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that when you look at how Nongshim Red Force had to play it, in a very similar area, you see how flat that area is. You can't, there's a lot of times where people get stuck in urban endings and urban situations, and then you're thinking to yourself, okay, that team on the outside is going to be able to hold them off. But you saw how flat it was. They couldn't put pressure onto anyone coming from their 4 thrives. They were there in a good spot, but they were there too early.
Yeah, actually looking at another team I feel like did really well this game is actually Furia, right?
Oh!
In 4th position.
भाई Wolf ऊपर आ गई.
The podium held down by Nig Magana.
E-Arena वहाँ पर 76 पॉइंट पे सारा गैप कवर हो जा रहा है E-Arena का.
Godlike and also the side of Ida, and then getting in the city and sweeping teams. Sure, they don't get the win, but
भाई कितनी दूर हो गए फर्स्ट प्लेस पोजीशन से हम लोग ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर.
They're very streaky team, and now I feel like the podium is where they want to head towards next.
That's back-to-back games too for Furia being able to just
50% मैचेस में भी अगर टॉप 5 में नहीं आए ना, 2 मैच और है.
We're kind of looking at is E-Arena starting to create a gap with some of those teams. That's something that second place, especially of Esports, they had 2 outstanding mirror marks, and in this one we saw Eden being able to get the MVP.
I just want to bounce off what you said about Furia with the 2 good games, because I didn't like them moving into that silo location. I thought they could potentially backfill the west side after coming in super late on that south, but hey, they proved me wrong. I think that they really showed great presence of mind, great kind of
वहीं पर है तेरे नंबर पे.
when they were moving through, and were able to hit the gunfights well.
26 point?
Indeed, I was watching them kind of how they were moving, because some teams like Aurora, right, you have your position and you kind of just stay there. There's not too much movement going on. For Furia, they were in the middle of the silos, and yet they were always looking, always moving, always trying
तो वो total points दिखाता है उस टाइम पे. ओह.
Proactive thinking, you could tell from how these guys were moving. Yeah, just very proactive, and that's what you want to see in the middle of a city fight like that.
Yeah, we did see the second page there for a quick second, and I want to highlight one player from Godlike. Man, S-Power is putting up like so many great clutches. We had some clutches early on Miramar. He did it here on the hot drop right versus top. He was cooking the grenade, got the damage, forced to find CQC. I really do believe, and my favorite player from India, by the way, normally is legit. but I got to say, S Power is putting some global level fights
good.
here. He is looking highly impressive, and right now I would say the best player in India by a significant margin.
Yeah, it's not even close, honestly, especially with S Power. Now all we need is to see what the non-Shim players were able to do, which is
भाई उन्होंने तो एस पावर को इंडिया का ही बेस्ट प्लेयर घोषित कर दिया.
being able to step it up. But as we're going to be heading into the first Erangel, let's send it over to Barney and Luti.
Luti, what an absolute treat today is.
I mean, 8 games, that's so many clips can happen today.
I know, 5 more maps to go,
Yeah,
so
it's
much
insane.
more PMWC action to come. But I tell you what,
Tell me.
we wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for the fans.
I tell you what.
All over the world.
That's right, and we've got some right here in the Gudea City grid as well, so why don't we check in with them?
Okay.
Okay.
वो देखो वो बताया Godlike.
My side is better.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure my side is better.
Calm down, okay. All my fans on this side of the building, make some noise!
Nah. I think we are better. Please, from my side, make some noise!
Okay, now you know what you gotta beat, guys. Now you know what you gotta beat. Okay, I see some Furia fans. Everybody, Fasambaruyo!
I see. I have 40 fans right there, and I can see in their own language as well. It is time. Sean Macho!
Sure macho.
Crazy.
वाह.
Okay, you know what, Luti?
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
you can beat me 1-0, but we'll check in a little bit later today. Casters, who do you think won that?
I think the fans all won that. You know, I'm going to be completely equivocal.
माच शोर माचो बोला उसने. शोर मचाओ बोल रहा था ना, वो पाकिस्तान टीम के पाकिस्तानी लोग पीछे बैठे हुए थे उनको बोल रहा था.
As we sidle over towards the match.
Sure match.
Non-Shim Red Force able to close down a clutch chicken dinner in the final moments of that last game. Now they turn their attention to the grassy pastures, and maybe we'll get an answer to our question about a couple of our other teams.
पाकिस्तानी लोग हिंदी को उर्दू बोलते हैं ना.
On everyone's minds when it comes to these Erangel situations is what is going to happen in Pachinki?
Yep.
Is Enigma Galaxy going to be left alone, or is EDA going to continue down their futile path?
Well, that's the question, because the only other question is Enigma Galaxy going anywhere else? And the answer is no, I'll tell you that. So we're gonna see.
Come on OG, come on Godlike. ये मैच अगर तुम लोगों ने कुछ नहीं किया, मैं बता रहा हूँ, मैं जा रहा हूँ फिर मोमो खाने बंद करके. फिर मैं नहीं देखूंगा, फिर मेरे को लगेगा मैं ही पनौती हूँ, इसलिए फिर मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम पे नहीं देखूंगा. फिर हम लोग रात को बैठ के अपने दोस्तों के साथ माइनक्राफ्ट खेलते खेलते देखूंगा. विक्सन का तो अभी भी भाई कितना खराब इंटरनेट है, हॉस्टल आ गई फिर भी उसके बाद भी.
As if anybody was laboring under the delusion it was Paris, Texas. Come on. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. We're here.
It's about the same heat, though, I'll tell you that right now, because it was hot outside today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been pretty hot in these games as well. As we are channeling the sun. Even when it's hiding behind the moon. Cheeky little sun, you know. Got to get him back. We did indeed. But we are going across Erangel once more. The plane path splitting the middle in the most horizontal flight I think I've ever seen.
और ये क्या बात उस दिन खेली तो थी, ठीक तो था. कहाँ ठीक था? बोले मत भागो मत भागो, अरे मत अरे
top players, Aaron right now leading the charge when it comes to damage. But man, those leaderboards changing things up. The arena still up on top there. Enigma Galaxy down at 3rd.
चलो इरांगल फाइनली अब यहाँ पर अपना कमाल दिखाएंगे. ओजी और गॉडलाइक तोड़ के रख देंगे.
With 59 points, is a much more comfortable position. But we are starting to see some point gaps already.
गॉडल वहां पर उठ रही है रूइंस के पास ऑलरेडी. ओजी जा रही है सेवर्नी की तरफ या यासना की तरफ. नहीं, ये अलग ही जगह पे उतर रहे हैं लोग. गाड़ी लेने के लिए वहां पर शायद फाइट करने वाले हैं. मेरे को लग रही है फाइट होने वाली है वहां पर गाड़ी के लिए. जस्ट अ फीलिंग. वो बंदा पहले उतर गया वहां पर. स्लीपी पहले उतर गया. हो रहा का स्लीपी पहले उतर गया. तो उन्होंने आतंकी देखा, आतंकी पीछे घुमा जरूर है, बट उनके पास वहां पर वेपन्स नहीं होंगे, राइट? तो वो गाड़ी लेके उसको कुचलने जाने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं. ईडा नहीं आई. क्या हालचाल भाई? हालचाल तो भाई ठीक है, तुम बताओ तुम्हारा क्या हालचाल?
Shout out to you. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? Shout out to Naruto.
Oh,
yeah. Get that Nine Tails Furies Og, baby. You gotta get it here quick before it's gone. As the Naruto Uzumaki event is still going on. We had a nice little show match earlier. Got to see some of the A7 boys once again.
है? मुझे देखना था वो क्या कोड था कि क्या था?
Dropping them jutsus. Them ninjutsu.
हाँ थू. क्यों?
That's what I've been told they're called.
हर तरफ थूके जा रही है आज ये क्या बात हुई? पान खाना चालू कर दिया क्या? यार गुटखा खा रही लगता है आजकल विक्सन. ये उम्मीद ना थी तुमसे.
Anytime I get to hear Kalaris cast the show match is incredibly loves to do those. So I'm so glad he was able to get one in.
He looked pretty good with the headband as well.
Yeah, he did. He rocked the red one too. I was like, man, this guy is styling today. Should have kept it on all day, in my opinion.
I think he has.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
right,
saw him
he
backstage.
has.
He was running with his arms behind his back.
Yeah.
He does that everywhere now.
Wow. I like it. It's a good look. He should hold on to it.
ए
Good look. Ulf looking pretty good today. I mean, they're in second place.
अरुण भाई कितनी दूर यहाँ पर गॉडलाइक के पीछे सामने गॉडलाइक पेलंदी गॉडलाइक पेलंदी
develop their mindset here going into today specifically because I think
बताओ विक्सन तुमने बताया नहीं तुम आजकल गुटखा क्यों चबाना चालू कर दिया तुमने
like we just got our rondo out the way now into Erangel.
Yeah, Aaron doing a lot of work for the team on Ulf right now. The elims he's been able to find, picking them away from a lot.
ओ भाई प्रीमोस्क कितना उतरते थे हम प्रीमोस्क यार अब ये इतना स्पोर्ट देखने के बाद ना मेरा भी खेलने का मन सा कर रहा है बट खेलने के लिए दोस्त ही नहीं है मेरे पास और ये वाला गेम
Solid position during that rondo. There were some difficult south shifts that forced them off that high ground mountain quite a while into the zones, which kind of took a little bit of momentum away from them. But the fact that they're able to convert and get a decent line on that game was.
और सोलो खेलने में एक ही गेम मजा आता है मेरे को याचू योग किए.
So yeah, in second place, good news for them. One step closer to E Arena. It's a very tight grouping.
मैच चेस देख के क्यों भाई वो तो बाद में भी देख लियो मैं थोड़ी देर में चला जाऊंगा फिर आराम से देख लियो चेस रिवाइंड कर करके देख लियो अगर ये मैच में चिकन नहीं हुआ गॉडलाइक और ओजी का तो मैं स्ट्रीम बंद कर दूंगा मुझे चिकन देखना है चिकन नहीं तो एटलीस्ट टॉप 3 में आनी चाहिए किधर जा रहा मोमो खाने मोमो खाएंगे पेरी पेरी करवाएंगे फ्राई भी वो होएंगे और बढ़िया सी चटनी के साथ खाएंगे.
Triple chicken dinner. So for all you guys that are fans there of 4 Thrives, Vitality, Flat, S2G, all the squads down there, give your team your energy.
भाई
Start spamming the chat. They need.
ये लोग ऐसे कैसे गाड़ी चला लेते बिना गिराए?
Because they are not even close to out of the running. There's a lot of matches left to go. A couple good wins, and boom, they're at the top.
I'm looking right now at what Enigma Galaxy are doing. This split, we saw it from them in the previous stages. They played it in their group stage. They leave 2 players in Pachinki. They send 2 players.
आ गए ये लोग एनएस आ गए एनजीएक्स को ढूंढने के लिए.
The opportunity to see this happen over the course of these grand finals because of the hot drop with Ida. But now they are unleashed. They've been able to not only get the early loot truck and try and get a little bit of a duplicate on that as well, but they have been able to send out that early duo scout that they seem to find to be successful. They sent out
ये बुनशिन ये नारुतो का भी आया है ना कोलैबोरेशन विद बीजीएमआई तो हमको भी थोड़ा नारुतो फीवर सा है इसको गोली नीचे उतर कैसे गोली चला रही है ये अपनी गन चेक कर रहा है क्या गन खराब हो गई लगता है इसकी ले और चला ले गोली कैसा लगा चला ली गोली मिल गया स्वाद आगे मजे
And that is devastation for this lobby because, I mean, E Arena are red hot today. Just straight aggression, putting on some points on the board. That 2-2 split you called out there for Enigma Galaxy is great to see. See how well it works out for them.
Okay, party.
Yes, they're putting that 2-2, yeah, because if the zone goes on over to the east side, they got a position locked down.
स्पेक्टेटर के रिसोर्स डाउनलोड नहीं है क्या कि क्या सीन है कि सब बिना स्किन की गाड़ी लेके खेल रहे हैं वेल esports राइट्स गाड़ी को कहीं पर भी लगा दो उसको छुप जाओ किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा कि स्किन है और फिर टीम कौन सी टीम की गाड़ी वो भी उनको पता नहीं चलेगा तो ये भी एक सीन है ना मेरे ख्याल से इसकी वजह से वो लोग ज्यादा स्किन्स यूज नहीं कर रहे हम लोग भी स्किन्स नहीं यूज करते थे ना esports में बट यार कंपलसरी कर देनी चाहिए कि हर गाड़ी की ये एक स्किन रहेगी हर M4 की ये एक स्किन रहेगी हाँ तो भाई मैंने खाया थी गुटका बहुत ज्यादा लेट रिप्लाई था तुम इतने दिन में गुटका थूक के आ गई हो मैं जानता हूँ समझ गए हम लोग को झूठ नहीं बोल सकती तुम इतना टाइम लगता है गुटका जाके थूक के आने में पता है मेरे को देखा है मैंने लोगों को बहुत करते हुए फंस गई विक्सन देखो फंस गई विक्सन
Tiamba, it's great to gain that confidence. This is not the Tiamba we saw in their group stage, but there is
+2 +1 कौन था?
I think what they're trying to come to terms with.
This lobby is wild. It really is. I love to see just the progression here of PUBG Mobile. Back in the day, we had like a handful of good teams, and everybody else was kind of pretty far down when it came to skill. But the skill gap has been closed, and teams are going to have to get moving real quick here. That 2-2 split working out for Enigma Galaxy, considering that they already have a couple players in this area. Vitality's right behind them, though. Coops gotta get away from it.
एनजेसिस वाइटैलिटी यहाँ पर वाइटैलिटी के बीच में से निकलता हुआ कूप्स क्या कूप्स यहाँ से निकल पाएगा बहुत मुश्किल से होने वाला है बट या निकल गया ओ अब नहीं निकल पाएगा खत्म
The 2-2 split there means that he's just not got the cover of another of the rest of his teammates to actually take that fight. So for Enigma Galaxy,
खत्म भाई खत्म गुड बाय टाटा हो गया.
They've left Satan alone out on the western side. Ralph and Lord unlikely to be able to push on through. Ooh, Ulf losing Aaron though as they rotate out to the west as well is a pretty big pickup for the lobby to be able to find that one. And in the center of this, it starts to get crunched in. Arena. I feel like they've got a pretty solid spot on this. Vitality trying to line the edge of that swamp. Defend it like an ogre.
Run Satan. He's all by himself, just trying to find a position for the rest of his team. But the rest of his team is going to have a tough time rotating on over to him.
Yeah, that's. I was just having a little chuckle to myself about how it looks like Satan's trying to go over the north, and the other duo from Enigma Galaxy it looks like they're trying to go around the south. And the Benny Hill music was playing in my head. They were chasing each other's tails, and neither one able to catch it. But it's going to be a sent straight through the middle. I mean, for Enigma Galaxy, it's a repair play. A lovely little thread on the needle there for IQ.
ये सब तो बहाने होते हैं विक्सन सच्चाई पता है अभी हमको हम लोग को सच्चाई पता है
Zypha up close and personal. Axel driving away, using that hovercraft to find an off angle. That's going to make things interesting. Vitality going to have to make some plays though. Arena catching out Raouf, so that 2-2 split not working at all. Bounce nade is going to be good from Zypha. And 4T turning things around here. There's another one!
Oh!
You had to know it was coming, Axel. And you pay the price.
गुटका थूकने का आदत हाँ ओफ भाई ये लोग स्क्रीन पे उनके सामने वहाँ पे स्क्रीन रखी हुई है स्क्रीन बड़ी स्क्रीन की जगह सामने भी रखी हुई है स्क्रीन टाइम के जिसके अंदर ये लोग देख रहे हैं बड़ी स्क्रीन भी है सामने वाले फ्रंट रो के पास भी स्क्रीन है सब क्लियर हो गया इधर सब
Team Flash, they're going to be holding that high ground. Next circle about to pop. Are we going to see another crazy hard shift? We'll find out. Lord getting eliminated here, and south we go. Yoink!
All right. I mean, to be fair, this is actually kind of chill, given the layout of all of our teams,
sure,
right?
We're already here.
A lot of them decided to go down south. The major feature that caused this is those fields, right, that sit to the south of Hospital. Nobody wants to sit in them. It is really nasty to be in that sort of area, as well as Everest being a roadblocker on the northeast side. Creates this lineup. So teams funneled into this south.
कैसे स्टिक करे यार?
This actually benefits the majority of the lobby.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I mean, they were already all set up in this position. The zone going here.
Oh guys, we are done. मैं बता रहा हूँ. Come on, come on. Aurora यहाँ पर full power हो रहा, गुस्से में घुस रही भाई, but
No doubt in my mind, that's how it should have gone in that last match. They make it happen, repeating history. And does that mean that Aurora are living up to the definition of insanity? I don't know, but they're going to have to change something if they want to win the fights against Nongshim and join them back.
मेरी मिठाई खत्म हो गई क्या? मिल्क केक चेक तो करूँ?
The South Korean side open the distance and take control of an area on the south edge of this circle.
मोमो वाले भैया भी इंतजार कर रहे होंगे कि आज ये आया नहीं, इसके लिए एक्स्ट्रा बना के रखे थे यार. मेरे को भी तो जाना पड़ेगा, लेके तो आना पड़ेगा.
Especially after their performance at PMGC.
है कि नहीं गाइस, बताओ.
I know these guys, they are fuming right now.
Well, you know, it's not infrequent that Doc wins the MVP award.
इमोट दिखाएगी, इमोट स्टिकर. Dixon वो वाले इमोट करके दिखाएगी ऐसे. BGMI वाले वो जो इमोट नहीं होते.
Yeah, let's take a look though as we move on over to some of these other fights. Now 14 teams are remaining. We got Aurora, Vitality out. A couple players from some other squads.
Vitality का तो खराब चल रहा है, मतलब Godlike के ऊपर जाने वाली है क्या टीम अभी?
E-Arena, 2 eliminations. They are the big squad in this lobby. Got a nice position in this zone as well.
अरे ये वो जगह थी ना, क्वारी. हाँ, यहाँ पर कितना भाई कितना घुमा करते थे. भाई ये सब देख के मन कर जाएगा, मेरा खेलने का कुछ नहीं है. मैग्नस वर्सेस डेनिस शुरू हो गया. मैग्नस तो मैं जानता हूँ, डेनिस कौन है? ये लो जी आ गई ये के ऊपर.
Kind of devastated them. If it hadn't been as hard, basically, I think almost any other circle.
WhatsApp check करना.
Been anywhere near as devastating for them.
बाद में.
It was just so.
हाँ.
Because everybody started flooding west almost immediately. Oh, speaking of.
Live stream पे हूँ मैं अभी तो. Live कर रहा हूँ.
But yeah, the regroup was then completely blocked off. The gap started.
मैं अपना मोमो लेके आके खा लेगा.
Galaxy wasn't pacey enough to catch up this time. Yeah, disappointing, unfortunate.
Huh?
Maybe they need a hot drop to be able to perform well in these games. Maybe Ida should.
तो करो.
And that's what they run into. But you know, Ida pretty.
हम तो सोचा था जाके फिर मोमो ही खा के आ जाएगा.
They are one of the only teams in the northeast side in these open fields.
हाँ मतलब वो ये लेके ही आएगा. AGAL का चेस प्लेयर है. अच्छा. मेट्रोन आपके पास अमीर आदमी उसका फायदा उठा रहे छी. आथू कौन सा इमोट है ये? आथू मेरे को क्यों नहीं दिख रहा? आथू
Still a couple more though in the books.
It's not terrible for him in this position, right? You have this little defilade, you're kind of covered off from the buildings out in the open. The nades though from Nongshim does make it all the more terrible.
That
the speed with which they rolled up.
क्यों जी क्या था इंटरनेट?
Does make it harder, but he's still got a little bit of fire in the belly.
Less terrible now. Yeah, Satan on the move. Did get a nice knock there, and now it's bad.
Okay, yeah, well, he's not there anymore. My point was, there is a little bit of cover, and teams on that ridgeline.
नहीं दिखी मुझे उसके अंदर कोई भी इमोजी.
The reason that they were able to do so is because there
is अच्छा दिख गई.
out in the open fields.
दिख गई वो मेंढक वाली.
Maybe that would have changed. So I think I read a little bit too much into that.
एक भी कनेक्शन यहाँ पर नहीं निकालते हुए.
He does go down.
गॉडल का एक प्लेयर डाउन.
Yep, that was really nice.
Just saying.
Just saying, indeed. Not an easy feat.
Hora.
Wow, what happened to Hora?
They tried to roll in from the west side, and it didn't work.
वो जी पूरा घूम के जाती हुई उनके सामने सिर्फ ये नजर आती हुई, क्या उनको यहाँ पर देख पाएंगे, क्या उनको टपका पाएंगे? ओह, यहाँ पर एनएस वर्सेस उला होते हुए और ये खत्म 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 खत्म। नॉन्गशिम का सिर्फ एक प्लेयर बचा। 15-16 पे भाई उला नीचे आ गई, बट उला ऊपर आ गया। आई मीन टू से सॉरी। हाय गुड़ वाले रसगुल्ले, मेरे पास भी एक इमोट है डिस्कॉर्ड आओ कभी तो दिखाऊंगा। ओए ओए नेट डंप करके आता हुआ। ओजी के 2 एलिमिनेशन निकल गए क्या? अच्छा, गॉडल के भी 2 एलिमिनेशन निकल गए ब्रो। गॉडल मान्या डाउन, नॉक हुआ है। फ्लैश के साथ ये फाइट होती हुई, फ्लैश को नीड से उड़ाया गया। आई गेस फ्लैश कंप्लीटली एलिमिनेट कर दिया जाएगा यहाँ पर गॉडलाइक के द्वारा। फीलिंग तो इसी चीज की आ रही है मेरे को। फ्लैश वहां पर रिवाइव करते हुए, रिवाइव कर लिया है।
But it's a crazy fight unfolding for Godlike as they find one, try and trade it around the corner with Team Flash, and Tops goes down.
Nice.
Put into the meat grinder there.
Nice, nice, nice. चलो S power एलिमिनेट हो गया। आज खेलेंगे माइनक्राफ्ट, मन तो है, देखते हैं।
Other Indian team putting in some nice knocks, and Godlike OG are right next to each other on the leaderboards. Again, still a lot of matches left to be played. This could be that start for them to take charge. Few good games is all it takes.
There's fewer and fewer matches though getting played. Alola try and roll up, try and take this fight with S2G, but it's not going super well for them as they haven't even been able to find that knock onto Hamzy. Down the hill, he was able to survive on a sliver of HP, gets the healing done nice and fast, and S2G can transition now without Alola breathing down their necks. They've only got one player, and Yasser is already sending out into the open.
मेरे को पहले दोनों मेरे को वो लूडो और अमंग अस पार्टी को मना करना हो, ठीक है। ओह, गॉडलाइक यहाँ पर ऑल किल्स निकालती हुई, फिलहाल के लिए ऑलमोस्ट सेम पॉइंट्स पे यहाँ पर आ चुके हैं ओजी और गॉडलाइक। उला एलिमिनेट हो गई। ओजी के ऊपर यहाँ पर और टीम्स जा रही है।
Onto Joker. That's going to finally pepper E-Arena's position. But now E-Arena are in this next zone. Godlike trying to possibly gatekeep. Almost ran right into that nade. That was dangerous.
बच गया।
Solo remaining for Nongshim.
ओजी का एक बंदा डाउन होते हुए, गॉडल यहाँ पर फाइट लेने आ चुकी होगी है। सौम्य मान्या गया, नॉन्गशिम का बंदा 40 वर्सेस यूएलएफ होते हुए 40 नीचे जा रही है, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है। एडमिनो डाउन, S2G 4v2 हो चुका है अभी ये। एडमिनो बहुत दूर नॉक हुआ है।
On this northwest side in that fight. Goodness me. Godlike losing their backstop there as Vino goes down. And now playing on as two chunks being torn out of everyone as Tony K continues to turn up the heat with that P90. Finds a load of elims from Ulf.
ले सौम्य को गाड़ी से उड़ा दिया। क्या कर रहे हैं? आपके हिस्से का मुझको घर ले जाएंगे। ऐसे थोड़ी, ये ना होता। ना 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 ना।
The question is, can you? With Tony K out, you're right. Without that P, oh wait, hang on a minute. I think Joker was able to recover the P90 just there.
Do you have ammo for it though?
I believe he was able to pick everything up there from the body. But it's a hard shift again.
What is going on?
It has to touch the previous circle. I'm telling you. It's something about this game. 4 thrives, they're going to have to leave, but they may have to leave one of their players behind as Falak has taken a knee. Scarface down low, last player alive for Ulfa.
Need आ रहा है.
Good bounce.
Oh!
Right by the wheel arch and it's right in his face. Scarface, you can't shoot that.
उसने देखा नहीं क्या?
He ate that one, and 4 thrives on the move. IQ going on over to Falak, gets the res right on time. Save.
Able to keep things alive. No idea what that was. Able to keep him alive, but Azaifa not so lucky.
भाई गॉडल पूरा जा चुकी है. ठीक है, अब सिर्फ ओजी के हाथ में है यहाँ पर सब कुछ. कम ऑन ओजी, चिकन निकाल लो और कम से कम 8 फिनिश 10 फिनिश निकाल दो, मजा आ जाएगा.
Challenge S2G's backstop, maybe. Oh, it's a difficult approach. No matter
OG.
They're already into the top 6. They're having a good game, and everybody from 2nd down to 6th has already gone down.
Oh, Schweppes spins out and gets punished. Falak barely.
Ooh.
Gets a couple, but now there's Mormon up. IQ, got to make a play here. You need to stop Arena. They have been too dominant so far. They are putting in work. They take down Falak. Now Mormon gonna have to run away. This nade looks good from IQ though. Oh, it gets
nice one.
4 thrives. Finally shut down Arena.
Okay.
1 2 3 4 5 टॉप 5 में आ चुकी है इस बार इस मैच के अंदर. ओजी, कम ऑन ओजी, 4 बंदे पूरे के पूरे जिंदा है. S2G के 4 बंदे हैं, ओजी के 4 बंदे हैं, ईडा के 4 बंदे हैं. बॉटम टीम्स है सारी जिनके 4 बंदे मौजूद है. टॉप टीम्स के यहाँ पर बहुत ही कम प्लेयर मौजूद है, तो एक बहुत अच्छा मैच निकालने के यहाँ पर चांसेस जरूर है. कौन सा मूव खाता है? चिकन पेरी पेरी फ्राइड.
On this western side, in the thick of it, the fight, seemingly, where the flower of their success has bloomed. IQ now rolls over the top, steps up with Aking, and he spins out wide. Nearly sends to the sky, but will take.
गई 4 TP गई.
Finally going down. And breaches them up to 60 points.
Oh, and now you can say, I'll take that buggy. Thank you very
3 की
much.
buggy.
As he's going to go ahead and head into this next zone. Oh, getting shot up. Oh, that hurt.
Oh!
And S2G said, no, sir.
उसने जो है बगी स्लो करी ना, उसी चक्कर में निकल गया, वो निपट लिया. अब ओजी यहाँ पर अच्छा मौका है. ओजी के पास बहुत अच्छा मौका है. What?
Almost like it was a good idea.
Who'd have thought? Who could have thought that not dying immediately would be a good idea? Orangutan trying to break out from their compound on the north side, but again, so open. 2 teams with broadside on you. I don't think you last that much longer here. A cop on that north edge. I feel like we're just waiting for him to go down here.
Oh, yeah.
And he falls.
Goodbye. And S2G finally starting to make some noise here in Erangel. But it's S2G versus Ida.
5 point. And 6 5 points for placement.
Have control of this circle.
Oh, yeah.
At the moment, Ida are completely penned in within their compound, and with this circle, they have to leave. There is no 2 ways about it.
Man.
They have to get out of there. The question is how you do it. The start needs to be a big pick.
The zone didn't touch the edge.
Oh my goodness. Crazy.
What a change up here. Kamikaze able to find a P90 and full level 3 gear. Oh, man.
Bye.
So good on the side of S2G. Gotta be careful though. He's gonna be hiding behind this tree. Cannot afford to get knocked, but they have full control of this.
P90.
Ida have to move out. If you're Ida right now, you really need to kind of start peeking and trying to find a pick. If you can get a good knock here.
I think. No, they're just mounting up. I mean, look at the timers on those smokes.
Oh,
yeah, they're just going to go for the vehicle.
मैंने वैसे भी बोला था टॉप 3. आ गए.
The laying out wide for S2G. They've left a trap for Lost to be able to find the pickup, but Rita may be able to find something. The fact that there's only 1 knock set to Ida is
Bye. Oh, nice.
There is finally an answer, and Emre charges in, but the ammo count is very, very low there, and they've already lost 2.
Trying to get this confirmation. He should be able to get at least 1. Yeah, he'll take that point. All right, well, that's a consolation prize. But S2G looking to make this happen unless Darkin gets a good shot. He's only got 21 rounds left.
In the Mini 14.
And Kamikaze's full level 3'd out. That's going to be a hard knock.
I mean, there's plenty of ammo left in the back pocket there.
Oh!
Oh! What a lineup. up, steps out a little bit too wide there, and Emre able to shut it down, but he's getting crunched in by the zone. Forced in, but S2G seemed like they had complete broadside here, but now we're in a 2 versus 2. Emre steps back into the blue, baits Sulke out for the peak, but doesn't quite confirm. He's still down on his belly though. Stands up, goes for the fight, does take a lick back, but Sulke puts him down. A 1 versus 2. As Darkin spreads out wide, tries to sweep over towards the off angle.
Hit the gas, Darkin coming up close and personal, and has Suji with the DBS, and nah, not today. This is our game to win. That's a
nice one, S2G.
chicken dinner.
S2G going God mode at the end there. Chokehold on zone, able to take it all down. Nobody standing in their way.
No words. No words. रुको एक सेकंड मैं भी आया.
A little bit too passive in their zone, in their compound, but they survived deep into the match, Jukes, and that is a good result. I feel like they were able to do, well, I know that they were able to do a lot more than they've done in any other Erangel over the course of this tournament.
Yeah, or any other game in this tournament.
Of these finals.
Yeah, this is huge for the side of Ida. Honestly, a great finish. They were stuck in those buildings. That's a hard one to win. I just personally would rather see them just from those buildings really try to pursue a knock before just randomly sending it in. I think that would have been the play, but hey, you know what? To each their own. Sometimes you got to go for it. It could have gone either way, but S2G, I mean, they're so good at just popping people out of vehicles that it just made it hard. But we did see that solo player from Ida really put in work towards the end, almost turned things around for them.
I mean, Emery was doing a lot over in the open field there. I feel like what happened there was that they got information on the back lines on towards where Lost was, and they were able to flow out that way.
Hello.
That's what they went for in those final moments. Maybe a little bit over invested on the angle though.
बहुत लंबी स्ट्रीम हो गई वैसे भी गाइस. हम तो आज सोच रहे स्ट्रीम को बंद करते हैं, है ना?
Sürünüyor ya. Bak eve bak. Evdeki arabayla çıkıyor, sağlı çıkıyor. Tamam. Hamsi çok iyi bakman lazım ona. Hadi arabayı tutacağım, bakacağım.
Ha çok mermim yok, sıkmayacağım, gelsin.
Geliyor, sana geliyor. Pozisyon alacağım. Nice oğlum, nice. Çok iyisin.
That sounded really chill. That sounded really chill, relaxed. They felt in control, and I could smell it.
Oh yeah, they knew that was their win. Yeah, let's get high, folks. This is what it's all about. The best.
Oh, vertical वाला मैं ऑन ही करना भूल गया था.
Battling it out for some major money. What a game. S2G finally get their win here, and we still got a whole bunch of more games coming up.
Sad.
EWC 26, I'm the 7WG, and I'm joined by none other than the record-breaking man, Snacks.
Oh, Snacks.
How are you enjoying Paris so far?
I'm in amazing. Bonjour and
आज ये कौन सी जर्सी आ गई इसके पास? कैंपा की एनर्जी STUL की. कल इंडिया की जर्सी पहनी थी.
From the S tier tournament, world stage, World Cup, first Indian ever to do the watch party, and I'm super proud that these 8 boys, the game they showed in the group stage, the way they
आज सीधा EWC की स्ट्रीम पे आ गए स्नैक्स भाई.
play regularly this lobbies and
तुसी जा रहे हो, तुसी ना आ जाओ. 80 मोमो खाने जान दिया. स्ट्रीम खत्म यार. भाई यार इतने सारे मैच और कौन देखेगा यार. मतलब मैं देखूंगा बट भूख लगी है, खाना खाना है, थोड़ा काम वगैरह भी करना है. मैं सोच रहा हूँ कल का फाइनल सही से करूंगा शायद. मेन तो चीज ये है बाहर जाके आना है मेरे को.
I mean, they had a lot of drop fights, but initially for the first day of the group stage, they didn't felt good after taking the drop fight. They switched the playstyle and now they're playing safe for the initial part of the drop. Then after that, if they survive 4-man, you have seen the players' potential. The way S-Power clutched. I mean, I feel like it's going to be the clutch of the tournament. The way he played, the gunpower these boys have is insane. I just want them to stick together, play 4-man together, because in this lobby, it's all about team game. It's all about the way these teams isolate fights. And I wish they play together and they bring something really good performance back for India.
And I'm hoping that's going to be the case, especially with the first round that we just saw, and then on the upcoming matches as well. I think they will be able to bounce back. I have Godlike finishing in top 5 and OG finishing in top 10. Dan, what are your predictions, brother?
I mean, I just want them to do good, because we don't know the struggle they have been going through. We don't know the grind, how much grind they have did. Everything answers only through the gameplay. I wish we get top 5 for both the teams. It's going to be a huge thing for India because again I said we don't get used to play regularly in these lobbies and we get more opportunities because of these boys, and all these players watching from India, all these esports players watching from India, they'll get inspired and they'll feel motivated to do more for the country.
100%. Shukriya bhai. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show and I hope that the Indian teams can.
यार बीच में काट दी स्नैक भाई की बात इन लोगों ने। स्नैक्स टीचर चलो फिर और क्या ही है, बाद में माइनक्राफ्ट खेलते हैं। अच्छा जाओ आप मोमो खा के आओ, ढोकला खाओ। हाँ हाँ यस, फिर बाद में माइनक्राफ्ट खेलते हैं। रशीद आएगा ना? तू लास्ट टाइम भी नहीं आया था। अरे रशीद तो आया था, मैं भूल गया था।
Great interview with Snacks Gaming. I'm glad that he was able to make it here to Paris.
एक और इंटरव्यू था तो ये क्या लगता है? PUBG लाइट इज लोडिंग। क्या पता भाई, नॉट श्योर, कल पता चलेगा मेन तो सब कुछ। अरे आया था तो, हाँ हाँ मैं भूल गया था। चलो अभी तो फिलहाल के लिए यही है कि गाइस मैं जाता हूँ, थोड़ा खाना वाना खाना है, थोड़ा चिल वगैरह, आराम से थोड़ा रिलैक्स करूंगा, थोड़ा काम भी करना है मेरे को, एंड ऑफलाइन देखूंगा मैचेस। मजा आएगा यार, आ गया तो है। पता नहीं यार, मैं कभी खेला नहीं, मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता था लाइट, जब पहले भी था ना लाइक पबजी वाला भी मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता था, मेरे को मजा नहीं आता था, तो नो आइडिया, बट ठीक है। फ्री फायर वालों को तो मजा आ जाएगा।
And then just dominate from there. And the thing is, Kamikaze can get it done, which is super interesting. He just exerts a lot of control. Soul K from the backlines on that anchor, super cool. Wouldn't call it a wombo combo. I wouldn't be comboing either with S2G. That's not fair. I'd have them separately. You know, S2G.
चलो guys, चलते हैं हम भी जाते हैं। I'll see you everyone soon. Bye bye and take care.